straight into it. Hey, megastars, superstars, superheroes, want to say welcome back to day 2. So you've got 98 coaches from around the world that are collectively raising money for a good cause, which you would have seen the video. I'm not going to take too much time, and I'm going to introduce this absolute super legend, sweet super legend. Let's give her a big warm welcome, a massive, huge, ginormous welcome to KANDY WINDOM.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, superstar.
Let's pretend there is music over here. Dun, 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 dun,
How are
dun.
you, superstar?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much, Drew.
You are so welcome. All right, we'll get straight into it, and I will leave you to it. Just let me know when you want to share your screen.
All right, awesome. So thank you so much, Drew. I just wanted to say thank you for the invitation to be part of this incredible fundraising and for this event, because it's actually 3 incredible and amazing days with 100 coaches, 100-minute master classes. And thank you, Drew and Paul and Brett, for inviting me. This is totally, I feel so proud to be here. So let's go straight to what we are here for. So, how to maximize your leadership skills. So, before I get into in depth of this incredible subject that many people have been talking about for many years, and they are evolving into that, is that first I want to share with you who I am, because many of you maybe don't know who I am. I am a leadership coach, training and development. I own I'm the CEO of OKW Coaching Group, and I have been in business for over 5 years. I have been particularly supporting the corporations, leaders, executive leaders, and developing teams. So what I do, I help corporate leaders and executive coaches to increase team performance. So that's what I do. And today, I wanted to inspire you with what I have been through since I would say 20 years ago. I have been an HR professional for so many years. And one of the things that I always ask is why I didn't get promoted, why it didn't happen, and why it was like a struggle for me to actually lead a team and communicate well and to developing myself to actually be in a high level of leadership. And today I want to share with you that it is amazing how any adversity in life can actually transform you to the new you that you want to be in this world. And I want to share the story. 20 years ago, I have a heart attack in my 20s. And it was devastating. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what exactly I wanted to encounter. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I almost lost everything, my life, my kids, my marriage. I lost everything until I finally moved into the United States. And when I moved to the United States, I still going to bed like feel empty. I feel like that I knew there was something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know what to do. I don't know if you relate to this, but it was every day learning the language, learning English, taking care of my family, working very hard, learning and learning, going to college. And at the end of the day, I was going to bed completely empty. I didn't know what my purpose was. I got a master's degree in human resources. I started developing my career here in the United States, and I still going to bed empty. I didn't know what my purpose was. And I was like, if my life has been not lost in a heart attack when I was in my 20s for second time, then in 2014, it hit again. I get cancer and I survived. And I'm here with you guys today. And again, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what my purpose was. And that was a moment when I was laid down at the pool and I was like looking at the stars and I was like, God, please give me a direction. What exactly you want me to share? What is my purpose? Why I still here in this earth? Why I still here in this planet, in this universe? Why is my purpose? And the next day I got received a call and from a high school in because my son was becoming bully and he posts in social media that he wants to kill himself, that do you want to live, that he was having suicidal thoughts. Then I went to Tony Robbins event, and that's when all my transformation come from. I didn't knew what my purpose was. I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do in my life. I knew there was something big because I saw them for the third time. I, my life was safe and I still here. So I didn't know until I went to the incredible UPW that actually this weekend we are doing another UPW, and I realized and I find out my purpose to help people. And I didn't know how. And probably you feel like as a leader, as a coach, as a manager, you feel like I know that I want something to do in my life, but I don't know what and how. So that was exactly what I was. And I jumped into the river, I jumped into the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, and I was actually asking for help because I didn't know exactly what to do. And there was one book that it was given for me, and that was Becoming a Personal Influence for John Maxwell. And I was reading the book and I become passionate. I was like, oh my God, this is leadership. This is all about, how to become an influencer. And that time I was working in a corporate, and at that corporate, I didn't get the promotion that I wanted. I was working really hard to get that position, and I never was given to me. So I left the position, I left the company, and I moved to another one. And it happened again and again and again until finally I decide to become a better leader. So let me share a story, because this story is how you feel like I want to improve and I want to become better in my job and a position that I have, but you don't have the direction. But actually, my question to you is, do you invest in yourself? Because that's exactly what I did. I travel with Tony Robbins. I travel with John Maxwell. I joined to the inner circle for Dean Graziosi. I travel so many places. But right now, I wanted to share something incredible, because even though that we are here in this world, being and being and doing so many incredible things in our life, we have to find the way that we want to give to others. And today I want to share with you how you got to do it, but what it has happened, what the reason that you probably have not getting, because that's what I find out during my journey in leadership, that I have to develop so many skills before I jump into it. So before that, I wanted to share some incredible here. Okay, so it is important for you right now to think about my intention for today. So just think about it, right? For whatever reason you are here watching live, this incredible mini masterclass. So just think about what is my intention, because intentionality is critical for you to grow in your business, to grow in your leadership skills. And you are so amazing. So you have to be able to improve. So just think about 30 seconds. What is your intention? What do I want to learn today? And also type in a word, where in the world are you watching from? Because right now is 6 a.m. in Australia and Sydney. And also we have so many people join us from different parts of the planet. So type below from YouTube, from LinkedIn, or Facebook. Where are you coming from? Where are you from? Tell us your name. What is your name? Where are you watching? What are you here for? We have some people from New Jersey. Incredible. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. And please also tell us if you are watching a replay. So hashtag replay at the bottom if you are watching the replay. So I have been taught many classes and many virtual classes and trainings and live, so many places. And I have been teaching all over the world, just in English and Spanish. Hey, so I actually have become mentor with the best. As you can see, Damon John from Shark Tank, Starman Willington, Tay Lopez, Julianne Hogg, Tony Robbins. I've been part of this community for so many years. John Maxwell, because I am, if I have mentioned to you, I am the executive director for John Maxwell and the Graciosi. So also after 2 years of waiting, and you remember this story that I shared with you guys that I didn't know what to do. I become part of these incredible organizations. SCORE, I become a virtual presenter. I become executive director for John Maxwell, the board member for Suncos HR, advisory member for Kaiser University, and also the Robin Medanes trained coach and proud member of NSA. Just got it here. So now let's talk about this. So we can remove this slide. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm back in here. So I wanted to share with you guys that it is important for us to think about what exactly do I want. Remember this story when it actually is shared in the Bible and in so many places too. So many people say, hey, teach to fish, don't give the fish. So that is exactly what leadership is. Because when you are leading, you have to be able to give this person the opportunity to grow, to give them the tools that they need. So how you can do it? First, you have to be able to know who you are. And to be able to know who you are, you have to assess yourself. So right now, I wanted you to take an opportunity to ask these questions on a scale to 1 to 10, where I am in my leadership. Where do you are? Because if you know where you are, then you know what the gap is and where you need to be. So let me share something incredible is that when you are, and we have 5 levels of leadership, right? So we have the positional leadership, also we have the production, the people development, the pineapple, that is the highest level of leadership. And actually the position one is the title, that's the lowest level of leadership. So if you feel like your leadership skills is mandated by the title, just know right now, and I want you to learn this, is that is the lowest level that you can have. So what is the next one? The next one is the relationship, and that's what we call the peer relationship leadership. So it means that you have a good relationship with everybody. So where are you? Are you from 1 to 10? Where I am in my leadership? What is your strengths? What is your strengths? Because it's important and critical for you to be able to share those information. So what are my strengths? What are my opportunities? Just think about it, where I can rise my leadership. Okay, so hold on a minute. All right, so that is important to know that even though right now we know what my leadership is, I'm going to share with you something, and I wanted you to look for me because I'm going to share this with my hands. So this is your leadership. It can be a level 3 or 4, but if you're leading a business right now, if you're a 4, if I am a 4, all my business is gonna grow only onto my level of leadership. This is not gonna to go into a different level, maybe going above, because it goes to your leadership as a CEO, as a coach, as a big manager, as a lead team leader. So depending on your level of your leadership, that's where your company is gonna go through it. Your team, they're not going to go. And also, actually, when you have this, if I am level 4, actually, I'm going to attract the same people from that level. Unless you join to a mastermind where you're going to be developing yourself on level 5, level 6, level 7, and then your business is here, and then you're going to have some space to grow. And that space to grow, that's what I want you to think about. What should I do to be able to get my business into that where my leadership? Because when you grow, your business grow. You're going to be able to hire a bigger team. You're going to be developing a different departments. And also when you start your solo entrepreneurship, you're going to be feeling like, oh my God, this is, I don't know what to do. I'm going to hire my first executive assistant. I'm going to hire my first coach. And then you're going to be like scared. But in that moment is when you got to think about, if I want to lead in my highest potential, I have to show them and I have to develop myself. So they remember the question that I asked you before. So I am investing in myself. So you got to think about those things because it's important for you. So I wanted to share something before I share what stopped leaders to grow today. It's like you are running a marathon. You're running a marathon and everybody's watching, celebrate this person is winning and winning and winning. But and then the person just raised the marathon and won, and yes, everybody's celebrating. But and then you looking back and you saw that somebody was disabled, there was somebody blind, that somebody couldn't walk very well. So what type of leader are you? Because I know that we are in a marathon in our business, but also to be able to grow, you have to grow together. You have to have a team. You have to be able to work in a group and environment. And if you have somebody who you need to support, you have to be able to live that. And that's part of what a leader does, is to actually lift those people who wants to work with us and grow together. So right now I'm going to share, let me go to the presentation right quick. So here is what stop leaders to grow. And there are three in particular. One is pride. Oh my God, this is it. This is one of the number one things that stop leaders to grow, because they are the ones who said, I know it all. Don't tell me what to do. I know exactly what to do. But and then they have a struggle in their business. They have struggle developing their team. They have struggle and developing the amazing culture for the organization because of their pride. And somebody who's leading with the pride is basically somebody who's leading with the title, which is the lowest level of leadership. And pride is your ego gets in there. Like I was doing a training 2 days ago, and one of the participants said, and I asked them, okay, what level of leadership you are, 1 to 10. You know what this person put? 20. So if you're above of what you don't have no space, you don't have no line, you don't have a gap or space, a capacity to grow. And remember what Tony Robbins said, if you don't grow, you die. So you need to make sure that pride is not into your leadership. If you notice right now, if my level is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, Then if it's pride, getting in the middle of that because you don't ask for help, because you don't go for trainings, because you don't attend any trainings, and you don't ask any peers support and feedback, you need to revisit, because pride is getting in between you. Okay, where is my... The next one is insecurity. Insecure people don't lead a team. They won't be able to be a team members, team leaders, and they're going to struggle with that. Insecurity people, insecurity leaders, they won't be able, they are not leaders. We are all leaders, but it's going to be the lowest leader. So you have to make sure that this person is completely secure. And how you're going to improve insecurity, but in you lift them, you're confident about yourself. And how you're going to do it? By joining to conference, hiring a coach, hiring a mentor, following, reading books, asking questions, asking for feedback. So if you feel like you're insecure, you cannot send or delegate your tasks to somebody. If you are hiring a new assistant and then this person is not going to be able to do the tasks that you want because you're always behind it, you become a micromanagement. That's when you need to please watch out, because that is an issue there. The next one is weak character. Your attitude is important. To be able to maximize your influence, to maximize your leadership, your attitude is important. State is everything. So if you, depending on your state of your emotional state, that's where your team, your business is going to go for it. So if you are enthusiastic, if you are always motivated, and if you always focus on the tasks and you focus on building and lifting the team, you're going to be able to grow. If you are not doing this, that is where you're going to have some issues. And trust me, you have to be able to manage your attitudes if you want to lead effectively, because leadership is about the getting the outcomes very effective. So think about those three things that would stop leaders to grow: pride, insecurity, and weak character. That is your attitude. Where are you into that? And also, I wanted to share something here with you, and is that just think about how I can rise my leadership. Take some moment right now to think about what I can do. What is my plan to rise my leadership level for the next 6 months? What will I read? What will I mentor? Who is going to hold me accountable? So think about those things. What books do you read? Because your must-read books are excellent. Is, for example, this book I'm going to share it here, is The Good Leaders Ask Great Questions, and that's what leadership coaches are. When I was sharing this story about the fish, we are supposed to be teaching how to fish, not give them the fish. It's exactly what the highest level of leadership does, is to teach others to lift and emerging other leaders. It's not about you gonna be give them and feeding and give them everything the result, because they will be able and they will not make the results that you wanted to. So just think about those things. What will you read? What would you mentor? Who you hired as a mentor? And who is going to hold you accountable? So this is a new belief, and it's important for you to think about this. The new belief: if you want something you ever have, you must willing to do something you never done. So if you want to grow to the next level of your leadership, you have to do and be willing to do things that you don't want to do. So that is super critical. So just think about those things. The new belief that you need to have is, if you always do the same thing over and over, you're not going to get into the level that you need to have to manage your team. So I wanted to share something important to you today, is that leading is about caring about others. So if you're ready to manage a team, to grow your team, you have to be able to nurture them. You have to be able to give them the tools that they need so they can be successful. Because if you are into the mindset of pride, that is where your ego is going to stop you. Be who you really want to be, because leadership is all about leading from your heart. So think about those things because it's important. Lead from your heart where the magic happens. Thank you.
Hey, Candy, that was sugar. That was really sweet. I just want to let's play some. What music we got?
I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
Absolute,
I
absolute
know about you, but
fire.
I feel good.
Candy, like for me, what really stood out, your story. I didn't realize like your story in the beginning, like so much as like happened with like the cancer and like in your 20s, and man, man, what a story. And everything that you've shown as well. The chat screen was blowing up. I'm not sure if you saw like all of the comments. There was just absolutely loads of them. All right, guys, let me know. We've got a couple of minutes and we're just waiting for Dakota the King. And let us know if you've got any questions for Candy. And Candy, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Okay, so the best way to follow me is in Facebook and LinkedIn. You're always going to
Mhm.
be able to go and search for Candy Wyndham and just join me and follow me, and I will be happy to get in touch with you.
All right, awesome. All right, so we've got so inspirational. Got saying yes. Saying thanks, Candy. And then someone's saying the king is coming. Thanks, Candy. Love it all. All right. So, Candy,
Oh.
do you have any workshops, challenges, seminars coming up
Oh
soon?
my goodness. So, yes, I do. So, there is going to be the first challenge in leadership in history starting on July 25th. So,
And soon.
I know about you, but I feel good.
I don't know about you,
But
but I
I
feel
feel
good.
good.
I don't know about you, but I feel good.
So yes, I was thinking about this for years, and finally I decided to do this challenge, and it's gonna be 5 days, starting July 25. So
Yeah.
if you want to have information about it, just join to my group. The group is Candy Wyndham InnerCircle.com. You will be able to join, or you can find the group in my link on my Facebook profile. Just join to the group and you will find all the details so you can actually register and join to this amazing 5 day challenge where we're going to help you how to hold your team accountable. So that's a challenge for 5 days and you will be able to do that. And that's my promise.
Oh man, that sounds absolute fire. All right,
Yes.
Candy, any last words? Do you have, I think you know that I love dad jokes. So do you have like a quote, something inspirational, something motivational, anything at all that you'd like to leave us with?
Yes, so leadership is all about lead it from your heart. Remember when you get pregnant, a woman got pregnant, and the first thing that you heard is your heartbeat of the baby, because that's where you leave first. And that is how you connect your whole energy and your whole cells to developing your brain and the rest of your organs in your body. So just remember that the moment that you connect with your heart is when you're going to lead in the best and the highest energy in the whole planet. So please make sure you connect with your heart, because that's where you're going to lead into the best and the best of the best for you, for your business, and to developing your team.
Somebody call Beyonce because that was a hit. Candy, I don't know about you.
I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel
Hey, I just want to say a massive thank you. I love like whenever we catch up or we do like podcasts, because you just offer so much value. You give so much value. Like we have so much fun. We're always like dancing like at the beginning, at the end. And I'm really excited about this, this challenge that you've got going on as well. So guys, if you want to get on it, you need to be in it to win it. So make sure that you reach out to Candy, and just Candy, like, just thank you so much for being part of, what we've created here and what we're trying to do. It's phenomenal.
No, thank you. I feel so proud for you to take myself in consideration to this amazing fundraiser. Just remember there is a link below so you can go find me, and you can donate as much as you can, because this is a really good opportunity to donate into this critical sickness that is affecting especially one of the coaches that we know, Paul and Brett. So please make sure you do that. That's your action taken today.
I love that, Candy. Thank you very much. We will see you soon. We're still just waiting on Dakota, and I'll catch up really soon. Thank you for everything, Candy.
No, absolutely. Blessings to everybody. Thank you so much, Brett. I appreciate it. God bless you.
All right, while we wait for the king, I've got a short video. Oh, do you know what? I'll play the video after. I absolutely love this next guy, the king, Mr. A name like a Hollywood movie star. I'm just really excited about what he's going to share. He's absolutely killing it and crushing it in his business. And he's joined recently. I haven't watched the video, but I saw that he went live in our Point One community. So I'm really excited. This guy is an absolute legend. All right, so let's get the king out here.
Hey, Dre. Hey, everyone.
Hey, man. Let's play some music.
You guys can hear me good?
Hey, Rockstar, how are you?
Amazing. Fantastic, Dre. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, like, doing this, and just everything you've done, because you've been, like, really supportive. And, like, I know that you've got your, like, team here. Everyone's, like, cheering, everyone's supporting. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna leave you to it, and then I'll pop back in, like, for any sort of questions that we've got. Are you good to go? Do you have any slides, or are you just free
I'll share my,
you got it?
I'll share my screen, but that'll come towards the end, so we're good to go.
Yeah, awesome. All right, see you in a bit.
All right. Hey, you guys, what is going on? Just to start off here, just want to thank you all for being here and supporting this amazing cause for Brett and Paul Yeo's daughters. They're like absolute little angels, and I'm so excited to, be here and showing up for you guys and for them, and, being able to raise money to support them and their daughters and to support this cause. So first of all, some of you guys that are watching, you guys already know me. But for those of you that are watching that don't know me, my name is Dakota King. Right? And today I'm going to be talking about and discussing 10K organic marketing mastery. So what I do is I help affiliates, coaches, or people who are just, starting to grow their online business to hit 10K months, right? And I empower them to become a high paid coach, right? So that is what I do. And let me just start by giving you guys a little bit of backstory about, who I am and where I come from. Right. So, you see me up here today, right? But I wasn't always doing coaching. I wasn't always doing business. Right. And I actually come from a pretty bad place. Right. So you guys, I'm only 27 years old. Right. And when I was in high school, I was 19 years old. Right. And I was into a bunch of like partying and drugs and all that stuff back then. Right. And I actually ended up getting a 10-year prison sentence. And I got sentenced to prison for 10 years when I was 19 years old, just coming out of high school. Right. And today I'm here, but I want to share with you guys my story so that you know that it doesn't matter where you're at. It matters about who you're becoming and where you're going. Right? Your current circumstances or situation does not matter at all, because we can choose to be whoever it is that we want to be. Right. And, back when I was in high school, I was really immature, really like, I would lie, I would cheat, I would steal, I would do all that stuff. Right. I would do all that stuff. And then life sat me down for a while and put me in prison for 6 years. I did 6 years. And when I was in there, you know, at first I was so depressed. I was like, oh my God, my life is over. I'm never going to be able to get a job. I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm never going to be able to do that. And I was just so down and depressed, right? So down and depressed. And it got to a point when I was in there, I actually ended up getting in trouble in prison for having some drugs. And they sent me to the back. They sent me to the prison within the prison with all the tigers, lions, and bears, right? And oh my God, that was the worst experience I have ever went through in my life. And at that point, it was at that point when the pain of my situation was so excruciating that I said, you know what, I have to make a change. And from this day forward, I'm going to make something of myself, and I'm going to be the best person that I can be so that I can get myself out of this situation and that I can live the life that I want to live and actually be successful. So what did I start doing? I started reading personal development books. I had my family send me a bunch of books on Tony Robbins, you know, Robert Kiyosaki, Napoleon Hill, all that type of stuff, right? And I started soaking it up. And when I found the knowledge that was in these books, I said, oh my God, you know, I've been missing out my whole entire life. Why don't they teach this stuff in high school? Because I'm reading these books and they're literally laying out the blueprint to success. Literally laying out the blueprint to success. I was like, all I got to do is follow these principles and I can be successful. And that's exactly what I did. I ended up getting my GED in prison. I took a construction trade. I got certified in that. I took like 9 different classes in the church house and everything like that. And when I came up for parole, I showed them and I said, hey, look, I know I got in trouble when I first got here, but this is everything that I've done, you know, and that's where I'm at. And I basically asked for parole for them to release me. And you know what? They released me and I got out, and oh my God, I was on fire and I was set free. And I knew that now that I'm out, I have the opportunity to change and impact the world and be the person that I'm meant to be, that I was choosing to be, and to truly impact and make a difference in people's lives to make up for all the stuff that I did back then. And that's exactly what I chose to do. And I chose to do that through the vehicle of online business, right? I started with affiliate marketing other people's products. And then, you know, I spent $30,000 on that. And then I transitioned into coaching and I built a full-time coaching business from the ground up, right? From absolute zero, right? I invested into myself and I built my business literally from the ground up. And today I've almost hit 6 figures, $70,000 within the last 6 months, right? And I do this full time. I was able to quit my 9-to-5 job. I've been able to help my family out. I've been able to help some friends out. And, you know, I do this full time and making an impact and a change in people's lives through building in an online business, hitting those 10K months, and getting them to that next level is truly what inspires me and is my passion and pushes me forward, right? So what I want to do is I want to share with you guys my business model on the exact steps that I took to build a 10K business. And these are the same exact steps that I use and that I teach my clients as well. This is actually a new model that I'm releasing to them. And we just went over this on one of our group calls. But you guys are going to get a ton of value from this. And if you are looking to build a 10K business and get to those consistent 10K months so that maybe you can have more time freedom, more financial freedom, and just live a life of true fulfillment, passion, and meaning, right? Then this model is going to help you get there. So let me share it with you guys. Let's jump over to the whiteboard and I'm going to draw this model out. Let me just center this. All right. All right, there it is, you guys. So that is the model. Now, when you're building your affiliate marketing business or your coaching business or whatever it is, right? There's 3 things that you must do, right? So first of all is we have to build the foundation, right? Like nothing can ever be built without laying the foundation first, right? You build a house, you have to lay the foundation first. You build a relationship, you have to lay the foundation first. So the foundation must be built and it must be in place before we implement this other thing. Right now, the next step is to next step is to market, right? And the next step is to sell. And the reason why this is built out like this, you guys, is because business is very simple. What business comes down to is two simple things, right? It comes down to, let me make sure you guys can see that. It comes down to marketing and it comes down to sales. And marketing plus sales, I'm going to draw above the line because if I draw below it, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. But this is supposed to go below. All right, you guys with me? So marketing plus sales equals cash flow, right? It equals cash flow. And I call this the cash flow equation, right? Now, if you are not making cash flow in your business, that means that there's two things that are wrong. There's something wrong in your marketing and your sales process. Something is breaking down. Something's not working right? And it's not allowing your business to properly function and cash flow, right? So basically what I did is I built my model right here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me just flip this screen so that you guys can see this correctly. All right, that should be good. That should be better. Okay, cool. So you guys can see that: build, market, sell. Those are the three things that you need to learn to do in order to build a 10K online business, right? So what I built this model for was to basically bridge the gap in your marketing and sales process, whatever's breaking down, and to fix that so that your business can properly function and actually cash flow, right? So coming back to the model, we're going to start with building, right? Now there's three things in order to build the foundation, right? There's three things. So the first thing, let me use the black marker. There is three steps in order to do each one of these things. The first thing that we need to do is, now you guys, when I teach business, I teach organic Facebook marketing, right? Most people start with building a funnel and sending the emails and all that, but that just complicates things, right? I like to keep things very, very simple. So I teach organic Facebook marketing, and that's what this business model is based around. So the first thing that we need is a profile funnel, right? We need to turn your Facebook profile into a funnel that actually generates leads and funnels them into a sales opportunity, right? So the profile funnel, now there's a certain way that you can set up your profile in order to do that. It needs to be optimized for business, right? The next thing is we need to build an audience, right? We cannot sell to people or enroll them into our offers if we have 0 friends on our list, right? We can't. So we must build an audience, and there's a certain way to go about that. The next step is to build authority, right? Now, why do we need authority? Because when you first start your business, nobody knows who you are. And before people will listen to you, we have to earn the right to speak, right? We have to earn the right to speak, because if people don't look at you as a figure of authority, they're not going to listen to you. They're not going to message you back or anything like that. So we must build our authority, right? And those 3 steps set the foundation: setting up your profile funnel so it's optimized for business, building your audience, and building your authority. Now, the next step after we get this foundation in place is we are going to move on to marketing, right? Now, there's 3 simple steps to marketing, right? First of all is what I call an M2M, right? So M2M. Now, what is an M2M? This means a message to market match. What is that, right? That means that you must have a message that resonates with and is the solution to the problem that people are facing in your niche and in your market, right? That means that if somebody in your market has the problem of they don't know how to build an online business, then my message is going to match their problem, and it's going to say something like, I help, beginners start, build, and grow their very first online business in order to, hit 10K months, or something like that. You guys, I went to the store the other day because my girlfriend has like these cats and they give me terrible allergies. My eyes were all itchy and watery and red. So I needed some eye drops in order to get rid of the itchiness. You know what I was looking for? I was looking for eye drops that said relieves itchiness, right? So I'm looking in the eye drop aisle and I saw these eye drops that said relieves itchiness. So guess what I bought? Guess what I bought? I bought the ones that said relieve itchiness because that's exactly the problem that I had and the solution that I was looking for. I want the ones that relieve itchiness. So it was a message to market match, right? I was like, yep, that's exactly what I need. Your message needs to be on your profile and it needs to be that exact solution. So if people look at it, they're like, yep, that's exactly what I need. The next step is to do content marketing, right? Because when you first start out, nobody knows who you are. The only way that we're going to get people to know who you are is by doing content marketing. This also builds the know, like, and trust factor, right? Because people will not buy from you if they don't know you, like you, and trust you, right? So we must build that know, like, and trust factor through content marketing and provide results in advance, right? Provide that value, you know, drop content that either solves a problem for them or gets them a result. The next thing that we need to do is post that says lead magnets, right? Is we need to post lead magnets. What's a lead magnet? It's a free thing that you give away to get people to raise their hand and say, yep, I want that thing. So you might do a post on your page and say, hey guys, I just dropped a new training video on how to generate more leads and consistent sales without people ghosting you. Who wants it? And people are like, yep, me, I want that. That sounds awesome. So you message them, you send them the thing. Hey, just wanted to personally thank you for commenting on my post, requesting this thing. Is it cool if I send it over? They say yes. And then you ask them a few quick questions and then offer a call, right? To come up with some more solutions to help them with their problem. And then you have a sales opportunity created right there. So posting lead magnets is definitely important, but you don't want to post these without having enough content to back it up and build enough goodwill. And by that type of content, I mean value-based content that gives value. Because if you just post a lot of lead magnets and say, hey, I got this thing, who wants it? Hey, I got this thing, who wants it? Nobody's going to raise their hand for that. But when you have given a bunch of value, you've given a surplus of value, people start to know you, like you, and trust you. They're like, wow, Dakota's awesome. You know, I want to learn more about what they do, what they got. And then you post that lead magnet. You're like, hey guys, who wants this thing? And they're like, yup, I want that. I've been watching you for a while now. You're awesome. Like, let me check it out. And then you can lead that into a sales opportunity. And that's how you generate leads. The next step is to sell, right? Now there's a few things that we need to have in place in order to sell. We need an appointment funnel. And what is an appointment funnel? It is a way to convert your leads into buyers, right? To create that sales opportunity. The way that we're doing that is we are getting people, I'm going to draw this sideways. We are getting people into Messenger, and then we're getting them on a call, right? That's a message, and then that's a phone, right? So we're getting people into Messenger, and then we're getting them on a call, creating that sales opportunity where we can further chat to them and then present them with our offer and make sure it's tailored to their needs and matches their needs, right? It's a perfect thing for them, right? So we need to have an appointment funnel. You can also set this up. You can either do it in Messenger, where you just tell them, hey, I'll give you a call here on Messenger, or what's your phone number? I'll give you a call. Or you can be more professional about it, and you can actually set up your calendar with Calendly, and it's totally free. You can create a free calendar. People can go and book in a spot with you, right? The next thing that you need is you need to have the right formula for selling, right? For sales. Because so many marketers, so many online business owners, they have the completely wrong formula, right? Having the wrong formula is like baking a cake with the directions backwards, right? The cake is going to turn out to be a disaster. Nobody's going to want to eat it. It's going to be all yucky and everything, right? But if you follow the instructions of baking the cake from the first step to the second step to the third step, you can have a cake that looks good and it tastes good and people want to eat, right? Same thing with your sales formula, right? You need to have the right formula so that you're not doing the whole sales process backwards and you end up presenting your offer before you ever even ask any questions to see if it's a good fit, right? So boom, you need the right formula. And the last thing that you need an irresistible offer. You need an irresistible offer, right? So what does that mean? That means that when you take the product or the service and you add on bonuses and support, that just makes it an irresistible offer. Like people just look at it and they're like, wow, that's awesome. It doesn't only come with that, but it comes with this, it comes with this, it comes with this, it comes with that. And they're just like, wow, that's amazing, right? Maybe you add on unlimited one-on-one coaching. Maybe you add on a private community or a Facebook group. Maybe you add on unlimited direct messenger access, whatever it is, right? But that's how you create an irresistible offer. And if you do these three things, then you will make money. You will have clients, right? And you will have success. And when you have those three things, you will have a life and a business that you totally and absolutely love, right? Hey, you guys, I'm a bit frozen here. I don't know if you guys can still see me, but on my screen, it is frozen. Hopefully you guys can see me. Type in yes if you can see me. Hopefully you can, right? Okay, I'm good. It's frozen on my screen, but I'm going to take your guys' word for it. So if you do those three things, then you will have a life and a business that you love, right? And that is my business model right there. So I'm going to leave that up for you guys. And the next thing that I'd like to share with you guys is for those of you that have your business and you're generating appointments, right? For those of you that have your business and you're generating appointments, I'd like to show you how you can nurture your leads before you get on the call with them. So by the time you get on the call with them, they're already hot, right? Because remember, our whole process is meant to move people from cold to warm to hot. That is the goal, right? With your content, with the way that you message, with the value that you provide, you move them from being cold, from not knowing you, liking you, or trusting you, to hot, where they know you, like you, and trust you, right? So I'm going to share with you guys a model that I use to nurture your leads, right? Would you guys find that valuable? Type in yes if you would find that valuable. So let me go ahead and flip this chart over. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, it's facing forward a little bit, but I trust that you guys can see it. Just type in good if you guys can see that. So what you want to do is you want to do these three things, right? These three things. So what we're going to do is we're going to send them a VSL. That stands for a video sales letter. This is going to handle objections. It's going to provide value. It's going to handle limiting beliefs and all that. The next thing that we want to do is we want to provide value. This is where we go to our profile and we tag them in a training video or a value video that we did and say, hey, I just thought that I'd drop this over to you because I thought you would find it helpful, right? So there it is. The next thing is you want to invite them, if you have one, to your free Facebook group because it builds more authority and they're going to continue to get value from your group as you continue to grow it and you drop videos, you guys. And when you do this, you are going to have red hot leads that are ready to buy from you. And what I'd like to share with you guys today is I'd like to share with you guys how to create the VSL. So what happens? Is you message them, right? And you book the call. The next thing that happens is after they book the call, we're going to send them to the VSL. And then the next thing that happens is we hop on the phone. They've already watched the VSL. You have given them value and you've invited them to your group. They're going to be like, man, this person is amazing. So let me share with you guys how you can set up your own VSL. This is going to be your own website that you can set up absolutely free of charge to nurture your leads and make them go from cold to hot for you. You guys find that valuable? Type in valuable in the chat if that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and let me go ahead and let me see. All right. You guys should be able to see that. Let me go ahead and turn down my volume so that there's no echo or anything like that. Are you guys good? Can you see that? Can you see that? Just type in yes if you can see it.
Hey, hey, Dakota.
Out.
Yeah, we can only see.
I trust that you guys can see that.
screen.
So what you're going to do is we're going to use system.io. right? We're going to use system.io. Hopefully you guys can see this. Am I good? Am I good?
Dakota, can you hear me?
Hopefully I'm good, you guys. Hey, Dre.
Dakota, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can only see your restream screen. So I can see me and you and the chat screen. So you'll need to change the window. So you can share with screen or you can share with the window.
Is that good?
Yes, we can see that. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. So you guys, in order to set up your VSL, we're going to use system.io in order to build the funnel. All you have to do is just, you set this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to preview the page for you guys right now. And this is what it looks like. So after they hop on the call with you, you're going to send them, hey, you're going to say, hey, just so you get to know a bit more about me and what we'll be discussing, it'd be awesome if you could watch this quick video that I prepared for you. Is it cool if I send it over? They say, yeah, awesome, sweet, send it over. And you're like, okay, cool, here you go. So they come here and they watch the video. You'll have your headline or say, welcome, watch this, watch this before you book your call, watch this video below. And then you have your headline, which states what problem do you solve or what result are you getting them? So you have your headline, and then you're going to have your video, which you're going to walk them through a presentation, right? And you guys, I have a whole training video on this. I'm going to give it to you guys completely free. I'm not going to walk through all this right now because it's too much time. But basically, you watch this video. They're going to watch this video. So it's basically a presentation, or you can do a maybe a case study, like a 10K case study on how you made 10K in your business. Or maybe you can do a value video of your business model, and then you can have them book a call with you afterwards, right? And then down here, what you'll do is you'll have a picture of you and you'll have your story, because you guys, your story is super important. It's what builds the know, like, and trust factor and gets people to know you, like you, and trust you, so that they trust you enough to take that next step with you. And then you'll have a button to book a call, which they already did, but you can also send this page to people to book a call. And it makes you look super professional. It builds authority, right? It builds authority and credibility, because remember the second model or the second circle that I showed you, the first one, the third step is to build authority, right? And that is exactly how you can do this, you guys. Hey, look, I have a video walking through this whole process on how to set it up. I'm not going to go into it here, but in this video, I break down exactly how to set it up. I have a replay of our group call where I go even into more detail. I have the VSL, the video sales letter presentation template, where you guys can have my own template that I use and that has made me $70,000 completely free. And all you have to do is just change the branding, put your pictures in there, put your story in there. It's already done for you. That's linked in Canva. I also have my ebook, the ebook template, so that you can create your own ebook, which I cover in the video a bit. And I also have my website for reference, so that you can kind of look at mine and you can maybe, if it matches your niche, you can kind of model it, right? So that it's as easy as possible for you to set this up, you guys. So if you want this, just go to my personal profile page and just message me and just type VSL. Just personally message me on Facebook, type VSL, and I'll send all of this over right to you, you guys. So let me come back over here and stop sharing my screen, if I can do that. So give me a second, you guys. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back, you guys. So I just showed you guys how to create your VSL, right? So that's going to be your very own website. You can create it completely free. You can create it in under 15 minutes. I walk you through exactly how to do it in the video that I have for you. Just message me VSL and I got you. I'll send it right over. And I know it may sound a little confusing right now, but I walk through everything in the training video. I'm going to give it to you guys completely free. I'm going to give you my own presentation that has made me multiple thousands of dollars completely free. And I got you guys covered on that. So just make sure, if you want it, message me VSL. And I am ready to go ahead and wrap up here, you guys. And I just want to let you guys know, I have a special offer going on for what I'm doing is I'm giving 20% off of my program for those of you that may potentially want to work with me till the end of this event. So 20% off till the end of this event, until it's over. I'm giving 100%. I'm donating 100% of the profits to Brett and Paul's daughters, and I'm also giving away 30 days of free one-on-one coaching to help you grow, start, and scale your first 10K business for the next 5 people that message me one-on-one right now. So message me one-on-one right now. You'll get 30 days of unlimited one-on-one coaching, and I'll help you get all of these things that we discussed today in place. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for letting me speak.
Hey, Dakota, somebody call the Queen of England, because we have got the king in the house. Bro, that was absolutely fire. That was absolutely, there was so much gold in there. And the value that you are giving away, I'm jumping on your system.io because I haven't heard about that before, and that's free. Mate, so much. This is one of my favorite presentations. Like, seriously, guys, you better contact Dakota right now. There's like 5 spots. So Dakota, I want to say a massive thank you to you for all for what we've created, your clients and that have come in, and also what you're doing for Brett and Paul is just simply amazing, bro. Just quickly, last question: what's the best way to get hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me is through my Facebook profile. Just type in Dakota King, or wherever you see my profile, just click on my profile. It'd probably be better if you search for me on Facebook and type in Dakota King LLC, because sometimes you type in my name and my profile doesn't pop up. If you type in my business name, Dakota King LLC, you'll see my profile with the gold rings around it and all that. And also, for anybody who's interested, I have a free ebook, I have a free group, and I also run a free 5-day challenge coming up this next month on August 1st, just to provide you guys with extra value on top of everything that I discussed today. So that's where you can find me.
Mate, that was awesome. Absolutely awesome. So much value. All right, I'm gonna have to kick you out, and we're gonna have to bring Linda in, bro. Man, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. See you guys.
Oh man, how good was that? That was gold. That was gold. All right, so this next lady, love her to bits, love her energy, love her vibe, and she is going to set this place on fire. The morning that we have had so far is, oh man, how good is this? All right, let's get Linda out here. A massive warm welcome to Linda. Ho! How are you, legend?
I'm amazing. How are you going? Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
That's how I am. Yeah. Are you good if I leave you to it? Do you have any slides or anything?
No slides.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Hi guys, I'm Linda Ho, your spiritual mindset coach, and I'm so excited to be here with you and share one of the most fundamental steps of really becoming magnetic as fuck. My program, from lack to magnetic as fuck, and I want to share with you a part of it. So being true to you and living your authentic truth is one of the most important parts of becoming magnetic. We are so conditioned, we are raised with all that social conditioning and programming to become someone to please others, right? Like, when you think about it, when we are children, we're raised to please. We are raised to please our parents. We have to clean our rooms, right, to please our parents. We have to come up with good grades to please our parents. So there's so many things while we're growing up we have to do to please other people, that when we're getting older, and I see that a lot in my clients, especially when they're dating, we're so conditioned to please that potential partner, to show up and be in a certain way, and be that person they expect us to be. So the first thing we got to do is we got to break down that social conditioning. We got to break down the things which make us do things we are not, because of what we believe we should do, and what we believe who we should be. And one of my favorite lessons, it's one of my favorite lessons of NLP. And I think it's a lesson. When you get that lesson right and you really understand that lesson, and I mean, not only understand, but you're living it from your heart and within your soul, your whole life will change instantly. And it's cause and effect. Has any one of you guys heard of cause and effect? Let me know in the chat if you heard of cause and effect. It's that idea, and I experience it as being the total truth, not only within my own life, but also when I'm working with clients and when I see them, you know, how they live their life and how things work out. The idea of cause and effect is that whatever we experience in our life is because of something within us. It's because of a belief, of an emotion, of an experience we had in the past. And that's why we're experiencing this. And that's why this is created. You know, I hear you. You know, a lot of say, but what is with kids? What when they're dropped into a family which doesn't love them, which maybe abuses them, or maybe they're even raped? You know, there is a lot of that stuff out there, family violence, abuse. And how come, you know, they personally can have not created this? They just came here. They're innocent. They're pure, right? Absolutely. But how many times do we see women coming from a household where they've been beaten up, their parents were alcoholic, just to attract a partner and do the same, and then they give birth, and those beliefs, you know, sometimes come from our family. We pass them on to our children. They are born with our beliefs sometimes, or they pick them up while they grow. Between 0 and 7, we have something called the imprinting period. Our children pick up everything outside of themselves as their truth because they're missing the critical thinking faculty. Yeah, let's just think that in. Each time they're watching something, each time they're watching TV, you say something, you know, their environment says something and feeds it back to them, that becomes their truth because they don't have that critical thinking faculty. So whatever people tell them, that becomes their truth. And that's what they run with those beliefs. When they're in the womb, even, you know, I think it's 16 or 18 weeks, a child can hear. It picks up the emotions. And when I work with people and we do timeline therapy, even before that, they pick up stuff. You know, sometimes past lives. And when we really go into it, it's so far that it goes generations and generations back. So it doesn't really always have to be from the mother. It can also be from the father, right? Because they are role models. So we pick up and run with that. And that becomes our truth. So when you going out in the world and things don't really work out for you and you having a really hard time, rather than falling into this, oh God, this always happens to me. Yeah, that's just my life. I'm just not worthy. I'm just not good enough. You know, rather than falling into that trap of thinking that, you got to step out of it and ask yourself, okay, you know what? This situation really sucks right now. Because it does, right? It does. A lot of time it does suck. You know, I mean, when the shitstorm hit, no one is doing like, yay, this is awesome, right? Why? To be honest, I started conditioning myself to fall in love with it. Because what is it doing to me? It's giving me an opportunity to find whatever belief it is within me that I'm creating that shitstorm right now. Yeah, radical self-responsibility is a big part of becoming truly who you are at the essence, at the soul core essence. And that's what's important, to get rid of those layers and layers which people put on you, how you should be, how you should turn up, how you should be dressed. There's so many people telling us how we should do things. And when we get older, we still do that. We still live our life after all those shoulds. And that's the moment, you know, and I really hope that's my mission, to reach as many people as possible, to teach them early so they can teach their children, and they release those beliefs and not pass them on to their children. To really look at things and think, okay, I created this, fine. What is it within me that I created this? And a lot of times, you know, especially when we being bullied or abused or disrespected, the beliefs behind it are a lot of times, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, all those things. And we need to release them. And once they release, adapt that I am good enough, I am perfect. It's not only about releasing, but it's about replacing. Yet when you see a cup of water, everyone, you know, when we release maybe half of it, then the cup is empty. We have to put something new into it, something new, empowering, something which will help and serve us, something which will help us to move us towards our goals. I want to share with you a little story. When I started my dating journey, I was attracting people like my dad. My dad was, probably still is, he was cheating, he was lying. And when he was manic, he would come down and really attack us. He would come down and tell us, you are nothing, you will never get anywhere, you will never achieve anything, and things like that. And, you know, I mean, I knew I definitely don't want to end up with someone like him. But what happened is, when I went out into the world, I was attracting people exactly like him. And I was dating all those guys, of course, not all at once, one after the other. And, you know, I tried different cultures. I tried different, you know, they had different professional ambitions and jobs. And it always turns out to be the same. There were always parts where I was cheated on. I was emotionally abused. I had one guy who hit me, locked me up in a hotel room, like crazy things, right? And I knew that's not what I wanted, but I didn't know how to step out of it. I was like, fuck, what the hell is going on? And yeah, eventually, you know, after years of, yeah, well, God, he's a cheater, right? I mean, oh God, he was abusive. How come this can't be my fault? I was blaming them. But after a while, I really had to take a hard look at myself, because the only consistent in all those stories was me. I was the consistent. I was the consistent actor in every scenario. It was like I had a different, you know, co-star, but the same scenario over and over again, but I was the only consistent. So eventually I thought, okay, what is it within me that I'm creating this? So I started my spiritual journey, and, you know, I met Ina Segal and other people, and realized first I had to forgive my dad. I had to forgive him, because when I was a little girl, I was actually daddy's girl. We were so tight. And then when I became a teenager, he flipped into that person. So I really had to forgive him. So that was my first step. I worked on forgiving him. And eventually I figured out the next step. I had to love myself and be my true, authentic self. And this was one of the most important lessons. Because when I would go out there on a date, I would say things to please that other person. I would imagine what they expect me to be, and so I don't even know what they were expecting. Yeah, so it was my own mind read. And what did it do? It made me attract not the right people. And I see the same with my clients. You know, that story. Don't tell them you want to have kids. They're going to run for the hills. Are you crazy? Don't say you want to get married. And eventually I figured out, you know what? Imagine you're with a guy for 10 years and you really want to have children. All of a sudden he says, well, but I never wanted to have children. Oh, fuck. And your biological clock is ticking. Because, you know, for women, there is a window of opportunity. And once that's gone, for men, it doesn't matter. He can have kids when he's 60. So that's what I did in my life. And that's what I'm also saying to my clients. You want to have babies? You go and tell him on the first date. Because if he doesn't want to have babies, you know you don't need to waste your time on another 3-4 dates, you know, and you're just moving on. It's important to speak your truth, to absolutely speak your truth and own yourself. There's nothing more attractive, and that's in business, in life, in relationships, than confidence. A confident woman. I can see women any size. It doesn't matter how they look. If they're confident, they're sexy as fuck. They're sexy as fuck and they're magnetic because they don't give a shit what people think about them. They just present themselves and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going for. And there's nothing more beautiful than that. Have courage. Courage to speak your truth. And another really important part of that is you got to accept yourself. You got to accept and celebrate not only the good parts, but also the parts you feel ashamed about, the parts you feel guilty about, the parts you wish you didn't have. Because as soon as you accept them and start falling in love with them, they will shift. They will naturally shift. That's what they don't tell you. Acceptance, you know, once you accept, you actually more able to shift undesirable behaviors of yourself. To really just look at them and be like a reporter. Look at them and think like, oh yeah, interesting that I just did that. You know, yeah, completely, you know, when you think in your head like, yeah, completely fucked up there, but just like, yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? Be neutral about it. Really look at it like a reporter and allow yourself to have all parts of you. Accept them. Not only will you enjoy your life so much more, but things will move so much faster. You will be able to change the way you want to change so much faster. People will just respect and accept you for who you are. Because if you're not telling them who you truly are, you will always attract the wrong people because they don't know. You pretend to be someone else. So you're going to attract those, you know, those people that someone else will attract. The moment you be 100% who you are, you say what you want, you show up as who you want, you own all parts of yourself, you know, when you're really spiritual woo-woo or, you know, you have some, what you maybe perceive weird desires, you just accept and love them and say, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I do. And this is what I just, you know, this is who I am and this is what I do. And that's fine. And fall in love with it. So, you know, just ask yourself that question. If you're not living your 100% desirable and exciting life, if you could go and move in a town and you would know that however and whoever you are and pretend to be, people will love and accept you and receive you for who you are, who would you be? What would you do? How would you present yourself without the fear of judgment, without the fear of being rejected or again abandoned? And then, you know, another tip, and I really think this will just sprinkle the sugar on the dessert, right? The cherry on the top. If you are rejected or if you are not received and you feel pushed aside from the world, reframe yourself. The universe just protected you from yet another wrong person. The universe protected you from shitty relationships, shitty friends, the shitty job, or the shitty business opportunity. Make it mean something more empowering for you. Make it mean something which will help you to rise, be empowered, and be even more magnetic and more confident and more courageous. Because that's how your life will change. You attaching an empowering meaning to every freaking story you experience. that will change your life. So if you're gonna, yeah, what if you're being you and you're losing everyone? But then in return, you're getting everything you ever wanted and more. You know, people always focus on the losing part, on the problem, on the issue. Focus on where you want to go. And each time something shitty happens, you just know from the core of your being, and you're just going to drum that in yourself. You're just going to keep telling yourself that that's what it is. Each time you're experiencing something shitty, you know that this is a fundamental piece of you becoming the version of who you want to become, or actually you unlearning all the shitty things people taught you, so you're actually just becoming your truest self and getting everything you ever wanted. How empowering would that be to have that in your mind, to keep repeating that in your mind? So I think my time is up already. I'm super, super excited that I've been here. We have a challenge running end of the month, from lack to magnetic as fuck. And we're going to go a little bit more deeper through those things. And we're going to couple it with breath work, because we've been seen some amazing and powerful results with that breath work. And so, yeah, if you want to get in touch, get a little bit more, experience a little bit of a transformation, you should definitely come and join. And just gonna see what Jay. Okay, 10 minutes to go. You still got me for 10 minutes. I thought I was running out of time. Somehow I had 20 minutes in my head. All right. Okay, I will share with you another really cool thing. So, you know, I talked a little bit about cause and effect, right? That we have to ask ourselves, what is it within ourselves that we attract that? And when we're thinking about our childhood and how we were raised, our beliefs, our values, we actually creating almost like a little, like a little repertoire of things. How our brain is deciding what information it will take into ourselves, and for us to really become aware of. So we're actually getting thrown 11 million bits per seconds of information at us. Yeah. So if you imagine like this is you, and then you're getting this 11 million bits of information. And a few years ago, they actually, like when I did my NLP Trainers Trainer, we learned that there were 2 million bits. So between then, that was in 2018, and now they already discovered it as 11 million bits. So let's look at that. It could be much more than this. It could be even more than 11 million bits. So we are choosing our reality because we only process 126 bits. We're only choosing 126 bits. So what our brain does, it scans all the 11 million bits, and it says, oh, I know you. Yeah, this looks familiar. Yeah, I had experience with us. So it's picking and choosing from those 11 million bits what's important for you, or what you perceive as important, and what you perceive as you already know that. That's why when you think about when you're buying a new car, all of a sudden you drive out and everyone's driving that new car, and you think like, what the hell? Why is everyone driving that new car? No one was driving that car when I bought it. And no, everyone is driving that car. But what actually happened is that this car became part of your 126 bits. So now your brain looks like, oh, car. And it starts seeing that car in those 11 million bits. They were there before. Yeah. Or even, even worse when, I speak, from a view of a woman. If you go out and you buy this gorgeous dress, this amazing dress, and then you go to the party and then another woman has the same dress. It's like, damn it. Yeah. But this has been there before, but you didn't saw it. That's why people talk about vision boards and visualization. You're making it part of your 126 bits. So what your brain does, it scans the reality and looks for ways, opportunities, and possibilities for you to get there. How amazing is that? Huh? How amazing is that? When I work with my clients, and relationships is a big part of it, because really, my breathwork teacher says people come to you for two reasons. It's going to be love and money. And it's so true. And you know what? They work hand in hand. If your relationship sucks, you will also not going to be fulfilled and wealthy. It all goes hand in hand. We have to work on all parts of it. So in my program, we talk about, the self, because you have to be your true self, the relationship, and money and wealth, and that mindset around that. We have to really take care of all parts of that, because that's how we create happiness and fulfillment. I see so many people, when they come to me, they say they struggle with their business. And really, a lot of time what we do, we sort out their relationships or dating, dating. I tell my ladies when I work with them, write a buying list. I'll say, what? A buying list? I did some stuff with property. So you would have your buying list, your buying rules, your no-goes, and your must-haves. And then you go out and you check, and if someone has a no-go, next. Dating is not the time to compromise. Dating is not the time to compromise. Dating is also not the time to look at people's potential. I see a lot of people, they say, they look at someone and say, oh my gosh, he has so much potential. You know how many people die with their potential? I worked as a nurse, I know. Lots of them. They die with their untouched potential. So you want to look at what's there, not at the possibility or the, maybe. And you want to use that buying list and really check all the things and make sure they have them. And trust your inner self. Trust your inner self. This is one of the most important things, like really own yourself and trust yourself. Because once you do that, everything else will fall into place. You will attract the right people. You will attract the right business opportunities. And you will actually say, fuck yes, to yourself. You will go for things. You will be courageous. You will be confident. And you will be showing up as a truest version of yourself. And you know how much easier that will be? Because pretending else all the time is very exhausting. Who here thinks it's really exhausting to try to be someone else? Yeah. Yeah, speak your truth. Sexy and magnetic. That's right? Because when we really allowing ourselves to be all of who we are, everything else will come around. We will attract that perfect partner. We will create those amazing relationships, friendships. And then everything else will fall into place as well. So if you want to get in touch, you can find me on my Facebook page, Linda Ho. And we have that challenge coming up soon, end of the month. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Linda. Do you play baseball?
If I play baseball, no.
Okay, well, you should, because that was a home run. I loved absolutely everything that you said, and I'm resonating really hard because the women that I've attracted into my life in the last couple of years are not exactly like my mum, but they've got positive and negative traits of my mum, and that's something that I'm working through right now. So everything that you're saying is just, yeah, because I thought it was everyone else. I thought it was all these women, and I was like, what's going on here? And it wasn't until my last sort of like relationship. It took me a few weeks, and I was like, okay, who's the common denominator here? It's like me, and I've realised that I am very much like my mum, even though I hate to admit it. But I am, yeah, I've gone through that process of like forgivement and everything. So I get it. When's your challenge? Because I definitely want to jump on that.
It's going to be from the 27th till it's literally the last week of the month. 29th till the 27th till the 31st. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Is it morning, afternoon?
It's going to be morning. It's going to be New Zealand morning. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a shout about that one. All right. Time is up. Do you have what's the best way to get hold of you? And do you have any last words?
So best way to get hold of me is Facebook, Linda Ho. If you're a lady, we've got the Abundant Goddess Club where you can join, and I'm dropping heaps of stuff there in the group. And yeah, for everyone who is here, well, the first 10 people, I offer them a growth session to really look at your life and see where there are parts which need to be tweaked and what you need to work on. So if you're struggling right now and if you find yourself, you're not really moving the way you want, the first 10 people, they get a growth session. It's like a 45-minute, like really plan session for you. Yeah, really dissecting your life and finding out what's going on and how you can change that.
Linda, you are amazing. Love you to bits. And how good has this morning been? This morning is like yesterday morning was absolutely fire. And this is definitely on par. I don't know which one's better. But yeah, you guys this morning have just absolutely murdered it. Absolutely murdered it. So Linda, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming on. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the value. And I'm going to be reaching out to you for your challenge, because that is just perfect for me of where I'm at.
Thank you so much, Dry. And yeah, just, thank you for putting this up. This is so amazing. And I mean, we all love you, your energy and just everything about you is just, it's magnetic.
Oh, magnetic as fuck. Yes. All right. I will see you soon. Thank you so much.
All right, see ya. Bye.
All right. Man, this morning has been fire. All right, so next I've got we've got Double Trouble. We've got Jenny and Dan. And excited. They've got so much at the moment, and I was like, "Oh, are you going to be able to make it?" And they were like, "Dre, we've got like challenges going on. We've got lots of like different things, but they are here. They are going to be sharing, and I am excited." Hey, legends, how are you?
Hey, Dre.
Hi, Dre.
Hey, thank you so much because I know how busy and how much like work you've got going on, and thank you for giving up your time and donating. It really means a lot. Do you guys have something like a topic in particular that you want to share, that you want to talk about?
Yes, but before that, yeah, thank you, Dre. I mean, for the amazing work that you do here. And I mean, I don't know how you do it 3 days straight. What, 12, 14 hours? Like, dude, this is crazy, crazy. So, but anyway, appreciate you doing this and just delivering values and really, doing the good cause that you're here to do. So we appreciate and we are grateful to be part of this show.
You are so welcome. All right, I'm gonna leave, and then I'll pop back a bit later just for like any sort of like questions, and then you guys go. It'll be amazing. Do what you do, and I'll see you soon.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks
All right.
again.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And so today's topic, we're going to talk about the 3 must-haves for a successful business in any economy, right? So why is this important? With everything that's going on right now, with all the so much uncertainties in the world, and you guys are, we're seeing prices of food and gas and other goods going up, and even the possibility of recession or even a depression. The problem is that most businesses failed, and according to the the U.S. Small Business Administration, there's a statistics that says over 50% of small businesses failed in the first year, and 95% fell within the first 5 years. So this is huge. This is huge, and this is what we are so passionate about doing, and we feel like the reasons why the business fell is not because of the business, is actually what's going within us. Okay, and most coaches and healers experience doubts and overwhelm and stress with perhaps the ups and downs of their business, feeling stuck, not knowing the next step to take, feeling perhaps overwhelmed and frustrated with everything out there, and perhaps spinning the wheels, right? Who here can relate to that, right? Yeah. And and needing help generating that steady flow of qualified leads for our coaching business, and to really fill up our programs, whether it's one-on-one or group. And the opportunity here is, let me ask you, would it be valuable for us to share with you the 3 must-haves for a successful business in any economy, so that you can have the best chance of having a thriving, abundant business? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And so, as we've been with this, we've just been reminded that, especially with COVID, right? Millions of people around the world need help more than ever, right? Dan and I, in our company, we believe that the more heart-centered entrepreneurs can make money and have that thriving businesses, then we can definitely be a better humanitarians and philanthropists, and to help those much in need or less fortunate. And it's more important now than ever for each and every one of us to really rise above it all, and to create that successful and thriving business no matter what is going on in the economy. Okay. It's almost like having the recession proof for your business. Okay. So who here is excited of that, right? Of implementing that in your business? So if it is, if you guys can type in the comment, okay? And we also have a free gift for you that we'll be sharing towards the end. And with that being said, I'll hand over the mic to Dan to share with you all the first key, right? The first key to having a successful business in any economy.
Yeah. So now, before we dive into that, we must have to have a successful business in any economy. In case you're new to us and don't know who are these two Asian couples, so we are Intuitive Business Coach and Healers, for basically other coaches and healers. And it's a husband and wife team where together we help other coaches and healers to quantum leap their business to 6-figure, doing what they love, really bring out more of that income, impact, and freedom. So let's just dive in now. The 3 must-have ingredients in any successful business in any economy is, first, that you need to have the right aligned business strategy. So have an aligned business strategy. And second is having the right story or belief, right? And the third one is having the right emotional state. So all in all, like, we feel like it's so important to have these 3 in order to have that thriving and fulfilling business that make our hearts sing, so that we can really show up doing the work that we're here to do, and really doing the work we love, and also sharing our gifts, right? And perhaps you started your business because you experience firsthand like the impact in terms of coaching and healing in your own life, right? And that's so for us too. And you want to help many people to have that same experience, or rather transformation too, right? So and perhaps you also have that big vision, right? That dream of really doing your life work, your purpose. So our work is really about purpose driven, the business that we're here to do, and it's our calling, right? Doing the work we love, and the desire to really make that impact and to impact more lives. So the first, when it comes to the business, is just remember that you have to have the right business strategy. Now, there are many things out there, many strategies out there, but in business, it's basically boiled down to 3 areas. So just first, like, you have to really master your marketing, meaning like really master the ability to create and generate leads, right? And then the second part is really mastering sales, how to turn those leads into paying clients. So basically helping your ideal client to say yes to the yes. And the third piece in any business fulfillment is really being able to coach and help your clients get the result. And when you're good at what you do, you're able to help more clients, and then enhance, they refer more people to you, and also resign to work with you on a long-term basis, right? And another thing is you need to have one core visibility strategy. What I mean is that you want to be consistently in front of your audience, right? Adding values, connection, building connection, relationship, and then sharing what's the next step with you, right? They need to know like there's a way for you to really keep that pipeline running. Otherwise, it could be drying up. So in essence, that's marketing. And marketing is also easy when you know that your niche and message is clear, meaning your niche, who you help, and your messaging is what you help people with, in terms of helping them have a specific transformational outcome working with you. And remember that people don't really buy your coaching or healing packages. They actually buy them. Actually, they don't buy into coaching, but rather they buy themselves out of coaching. What that means is they really buy the result or the transformation, not the coaching. So that's some of the nuance one you want to keep in mind. And it's important that you know that you'll be able to convey what you do, so that your audience, know how you're able to help them. And remember that, when you can convey with your audience the problems and challenges more than they can, when you can communicate that value more than they can, they will automatically assume that you're the expert and know how to help them with the problems, right? So a couple of keys here. I know I cover a lot, but when it comes to marketing, especially aligned strategies, again, knowing that you are your X factor. So the marketing, you are your marketing. Your X factor is you. So you can have all the strategy, but for us, when we help our client, is really help them tap into their intuition, tap into the X factor, so that we can bring the best essence come out, right? And then use that as a way. One of the first thing in our coaching is to help people align to their soul purpose, align to who they really are, so that the essence can really show up in their marketing, in their messaging, and who they help.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. I mean, I really appreciate you sharing that so much there, like so much value, right? Because when we think about business, there's so many things that, oh my gosh, our head gets so full, right? And some of you guys may be thinking, well, what about the economy, right? There's some uncertainties you mentioned before, and inflation, all this stuff going on. Perhaps clients are not paying, buying or investing in the coaching. And if you have that belief, is that really true? Is that really true? Because if something is true, it will be true for you and everyone out there. Okay, so it's actually a limited belief. You have that, and if you have that, definitely something to break free from, because that's going to be the same exact thing that is in the way of making money, or actually making the impact. Right? The more money we make, the more lives we can change. The more lives change, the more impact we can really make. Okay, and this kind of came to this story of when we were in this, how I said this. So there's this study, or actually this article, more specifically, that of the Great Depression, and is you guys know the Great Depression in the 30s, 40s is really bad timing in our economy in the U.S. And it's one, but out of that is one of the time in history that one of the most millionaires born out of the Great Depression. Okay, so take that in. So the Great Depression, a lot of people were poor, but there were also millionaires who were born out of the Great Depression. Okay, and why is that? Why is that? And then it all comes down to what we believe in. What we believe in. And let me ask you guys this. Okay, so did you know that 90% of our success is in our business is actually energy, or our mindset? Okay. And only 10% of it is actually the business strategy. Okay. So really breathe that in, take that in. Oh my gosh, right? Most of us, especially us as business coaches, we're here to tell you strategy is important. It's very important, like Dan talks about, to have the right aligned business strategies that can support you in growing your business and really have that structure and foundation support to help you get there. But it's also more important that it's what goes between our head, okay, in our head. And this will give us the most success. So, through our experiences working with thousands of coaching and healing clients over the years, we realized that having both the business strategies and also the mindset energetic support is so vital to our success. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why we include both of that, right? The combination of strategies and mindset and energetic support in our offerings, including our free offerings. We run the Get More Clients challenge every about 2-ish months. Okay. And when we do this, we also include that into helping people move through the blocks that's in the way, because that's what's in the way of us really having the success, really taking actions and getting the results so that we can really sign up the clients that we love to work with. You guys with me? Yeah. So, so let me just share a little bit about that. So we need that energetic clearing and healing support to really help us. What that does is that it helps us reprogram, rewire these deep ingrained unconscious limited beliefs and patterns, conditioning that are in the way of our success. And the best, so this can give us the best chance of succeeding in our coaching business. And again, that with having that, doesn't matter what the economy is doing, you can be successful. Okay. So you guys see this, the very thing that we want. Okay. We also have the same unconscious push away, because of through our own self-doubts, right? And our fears and our resistance. And it's almost like launching this big rocket ship, right? Of our heart's desires. And then on the other side of it, at the same time, launching this huge rocket ship of destruction. It's like, boom, it's almost like it cancels it out. So, before it even get manifested in our life and our business, okay? So it comes back to this other 2 points that we were talking about. So Dan talks about having the right aligned business strategy is very important. The second one is the right story, the belief. Okay, having the right story, the belief that support you in your life, that support you in your business, right? Imagine believing that believing in yourself, believing in source, the universe, that you can be successful in all of that, versus the experience of I'm not good enough, imposter syndrome, all those things that comes up. And the third thing is that actually having the right emotional state. Okay, this is so important, right? Tony Robbins talks about this. Our physiology, our emotion state is so important too. That in our business, because if we feel overwhelmed, if we feel stressed, we feel like we're spinning our wheels, we don't have the clarity, and we feel exhausted. Can you see how we can't even take care of ourselves? How are we going to put any energy in our business? Okay, so this is very, very important to have the right emotional state and also have the right belief system that actually support you in having that, successful business. Okay. And this is exactly why Dan and I, our company is on this mission to change this and to help as many. Actually, our goal is to help 1,000 coaches and healers to make a good living doing what they love. Because we know that often in our business, we lack the strategies or the know-how, right? And also we may lack or need more support in implementing and executing these strategies so that can work for us. And we also, if we don't have the right belief or story, then that can further sabotage our progress and our success. And when our business is not working, okay, at the level that we know we're capable of, then we have to look within and see where the kinks are, right? Because what's no longer serving you that need to come up to be transformed and integrated and realigned, right? So that you can really come in more into alignment of who you truly are and what is possible for your business, okay? And I want to just kind of share this, that just know that there's infinite possibilities, okay? That's already existing, and the business you want, the life that you want to have, and one of our motto is I dream life, dream business, right? It's already existing. It's a matter of us aligning our vibration and energy to this high vibration that's already existing and bring it here now. Okay. And how we do that is really moving through any beliefs that we have in the way, any negative beliefs or conditionings that is in the way of us having the success. So, one of the things, like we shared, we're so passionate about doing this work because we have endured so much trials and tribulations in growing out, in the journey of growing our business, and that nearly, cost my life in the process. And because what we have been through, we want to help others to be able to really get all the tools they need, right, regarding the strategies or regarding the mindsets, energetic support, so they can create that thriving, abundant business, really while making that big difference in the world that we here and born to make. And we know sometimes, being in this transformation journey, business journey, can feel quite lonely. Can you guys relate to that? Just know, it's very important. Just know that you are not alone. Okay. And you don't have to spin your wheels, and you don't even have to, spend tons of time and heartache, to build a successful business. And you can really actually shorten the learning curve and really fast track the results. Surround yourself with the right people, like the eighth wonder, okay? And really getting the right tools and the strategies and really the support you need to get you there. And, we believe that you can have it all, that your dream business and your dream life is possible for you, and it's here for you. It's a matter of believing yourself, trusting yourself, and trusting in the divine source, that the angels, whatever you believe in, to support you in this journey to have that. Yeah. So I don't know, Dan, do you have anything to add? Like, anything to add as we were sharing this? And I know we get really passionate about this when we share these things. So, let us know. I don't know if we can see in the comments here, but if you have any comments, you can type it in the chat. Okay. Awesome. Oh yeah. And actually, I would just want to share them about the free gift we have, because earlier we did mention that. So, all right. So here's a free gift that we have for you guys, is our, actually, if you're ready, those of you guys are coaches and healers, and you're ready to feel your one-on-one or group coaching program, and you want to go from your best kept secret to the must-have coach. And, you can grab our free gift to launch and scale your business to 6 figures without paid ads or spinning your wheels. And it's actually a free ebook, and it's easy to read over a tea or coffee, whichever you like. Okay. And to grab this free ebook, how to launch or scale your business to 6 figures, is at purpose2profitscoaching.com /ebook. Okay. And that's purposeprofits2coaching.com.
And we'll be able to put in the comments, so you have it as well.
Yeah, /ebook. And then it's also on our profile too on Facebook. Okay. Awesome. And also here, after you guys grab the free ebook, you can keep an eye out for the risk-free Get More Clients Challenge. As we mentioned before, this is some of the things that we do to support other coaches and healers. And this is for those who want more of that hands-on help and support. They need clarity around the niche and messaging. And hands-on, you may be reading the ebook, but maybe you need more help and support to help you get clear on that. Or even if you have clarity on the niche or your messaging, perhaps you want to dial in more, you want to fine-tune it, or you're looking for organic leads or clients without paid ads, and up-level the skill sets of sales enrollment and clearing out those energetic blocks we talked about, so you can create that thriving, abundant business. Then you can look out for that too. Okay. So we really appreciate this opportunity, Dre, having us here to support each and every one of you listening here now, so that you can create that thriving, abundant business, no matter what economy is. Because remember, all come back to us. It all come back to us. It's not the business, not the economy, but it's actually us.
Yeah.
Jenny and Dan, do you like Christmas in July? Do you like Christmas in July?
We love Christmas in July. Christmas anytime, but July is awesome.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you've just given us like gifts. You've just given us so many gifts like today. So thank you so much for the value and what you've shared. It was fire, absolute fire. What's what's the best way for people to get hold of you? Is it
Yeah,
Facebook,
I would
LinkedIn?
say, yeah, thank you, Dre. And I want to say too, thank you so much, Dre, for doing this, because we know that is what you're doing is like super out of ordinary. It's like you Superman here. You're like Superman, okay? And I know it takes a lot to put this together and get all of us here. And we just want to thank you for the bottom of our heart, and so happy to be here supporting you and supporting your community and the cause. Yeah, I would say the best way to get a hold of us is actually join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called A Six Figure Coach and Healer, and we hang out in there and grab our free gifts. You want to learn more about how to grow your business. So,
Yeah. So it's actually in the bio in our profile. So you can look under my name, Daniel, or Jenny Taongo, and this is in our bio. So yeah, just connect on social media.
I love it, guys. You are amazing. All right. So, any final words before I let you go? Is there anything inspirational, motivational, maybe even any dad jokes, anything at all? Any quotes? What would you like to leave us
yeah,
with?
awesome. Thanks, Jay. What I'll share real quick is that what's been coming through, because we do intuitive business readings too, and people in our Facebook group, and people write in and ask questions. Tell me more about my business. What should I focus on? Those kind of things. And the message has been coming through so clearly more and more now. It's really important to, especially all this economy that we're talking about, right? The possibility, the inflation, the possibility of recessions or depression, that kind of thing. It's very important to trust. Okay, trust is a big word, like TRUST. Very important to trust, and also to believe in ourselves and know that things gonna be okay. And right now, things gonna be a little bit turbulent and a little rocky, but just hold on, just like going on a roller coaster ride. It's gonna do its thing, but it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. So really believe in yourself, and if you have a business right now, just keep moving forward to that, really connecting to that. And this is a time, like I shared the story of millionaires were born out of the Great Depression, so we can be one of those too. Okay, there we
go. Yeah, guys, I just want to say, thank you very much for all the support and giving up your time, because I know how busy you are. I really appreciate you, really value you for supporting the cause. So you go out, you go be amazing, and I will catch up with you soon. And I think I want one of these intuitive readings as well for my business. That would be awesome. That'd be amazing.
Awesome, Dre.
Awesome.
Happy to support you anytime.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
All right, speak to you soon. Take care, guys. See ya. Bye. Oh man, how good was that this morning? I didn't think it could get better, but it just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. All right, so we've got 3 minutes until I get PARAMES up here. I'm going to have a go at playing this video just to let you know, if you are tuning in now, we're live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook, and live on the Tube. So not the London Tube, the YouTube. All right, we'll play this video. This is a different one. Hopefully there's going to be sound. Let's give it a go.
Come on, Soph. All around the money bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought she was going to goes the weasel. The monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought she was going to goes the weasel.
Good girl.
Come on, let me see. That's right, you need to walk yourself.
Gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is not a dream.
Good girl.
Row your boat gently down the stream.
Say hi to it.
Merrily, 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 life is not a dream.
And that was, oh man, age 4, like again, she was going some. So that is the reason why we're here for Sophie and Holly. We're trying to raise as much money as possible, and I'm just so grateful and so appreciative that I've got 98 coaches that are delivering 100 mini masterclasses, and I'm just, the way that things have gone have just been, yeah, absolutely amazing. So for anyone tuning in, if you have it in your hearts just to donate anything that you can, it's definitely going to go a long way. All right. Oh, I've got one of my favorite people, my favorite humans, my favorite souls up next. So PARAMES, PERUMAL, hopefully I named correctly, is just an incredible human, and she works in there. She helps, leadership, execs, and yeah, her courses are really special. And we caught up a couple of weeks ago, and she shared a few secrets, which is just really, really special. So, all right, let's get her out here. Massive warm welcome to one of my faves, PARAMES. Let's play some music.
I don't know about you,
But I feel good.
I don't know about you, but I feel
Good. Hey, Megastar, how are you?
Oh, Dre, thank you so much for that introduction. I am great. Thank you. But that video that you just showed, that's
I could
huge.
see your smile. I could see your smile in the background. You just had like a big smile, and then when you saw Sophie walk in at age 4, you were like clapping like in the background. So it's
That's beautiful. Is that Paul's daughter?
yeah, that's Paul's daughter.
She's so adorable.
Yeah.
She's in my spiritual realm, she's a spiritual master actually. I'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave. You do your thing. Let me know if you need me at all. I'll just be in the background, and I'll see you probably in about 25 minutes or so.
And I'll be able to share my slide just from
Yeah. So just at the bottom, it looks like a TV screen with an arrow pointing up. So if you click on that button, it's going to look similar to Zoom. So you've got the option to share to entire screen, or share to window, or share to tab. Just choose, which one you like, and then press share, and away you go. And then I'll bring it up onto the main stage.
All right. Thank you, Dre.
You are so welcome.
Hello. Hi, everyone. This is PARAMES PERUMAL, and Dre said it actually very correctly. And this is a privilege for me to be here to contribute to this cause for various reasons. And I know everybody has been thanking Dre for this, but I honestly appreciate this opportunity so much. Thank you, Dre. And I know everybody's been saying this, but you are a Superman. There's no question about it. Putting this together 3 days straight, morning to late night, actually, pretty late in the evening. So thank you again. So my topic is unsure to unstoppable, career success and relationship fulfillment through alignment. I'm sure by now you already know that I actually also come from the spectrum of manifesting, the law of attraction and alignment and whatnot. But then there is a specific reason why I work with people in the corporate sector, executives, and basically do executive coaching and life coaching, because I was there myself. Being in the corporate sector, especially when you're climbing the ladder, it is not an easy feat. You have to put up with a lot of things, a lot of people, and this can cause a lot of imbalance in your life. Not only your career, your health, your relationship, everything. And I've been there as a victim of this exact condition. And though I thought I did well, there was a point that I was no longer interested in fighting the battle, and I was always looking for something else that gave me more fulfillment, and this is it, and I'm here. But not everybody is able to just leave corporate sector and go do something on their own, at least when they haven't figured out what is their purpose, right? So what do they do? I mean, do they keep struggling, being hurt in all the aspects that I just mentioned? That's when I figured out that these people can use some help, and this is how I'm helping them. So let me start with what Jeff Bezos says about um, work-life balance. Apparently, Jeff Bezos doesn't really believe in that, and he actually promotes the idea of the relationship between the two circle, meaning when you're happy at work, at home, you're happier at work, and when you're happy at work, you're happier at home. So he believes that the two circles are actually in each other or somehow overlap. And but to that, this article is actually from one of the Forbes magazine, and the author actually wrote there, the problem is most employees today don't feel in control to be able to implement the circle framework proposed by Bezos, right? And they actually feel like they're beholden to the demands of the employer. And the article also says that chronic stress, as much as we, as in the corporate sector, don't want it, it is the modern day birthright. So stress is the underlying issue in the corporate life, especially when you are not having the balance between your career and your personal life or your relationships, right? And I'm sure you have come across a lot of people who have left corporate life, including like me, and who are doing very well in other sectors, in other areas, but there are also people who left the corporate sector and are struggling. And I've met so many people who actually regretted leaving the jobs because they couldn't find something that matches the salary that they've been gaining in their jobs. So there are also people like that. And there are people who are still struggling while being in the corporate sector, not knowing how to either go out and make a better living, or just they love the job, but for various reasons, they are going through these issues. So what are the challenges in corporate sector? Stress, right? Narcissistic bosses or managers or colleagues, insecurities around losing job, stress brought back home that hurts your relationship back home, and lack of quality of life. These are just a very few challenges that I can tell you. I'm sure you know more than that. And then stress being one of the main issue in corporate sector. Actually, also, but this was given by the Corporate Wellness magazine. This article. These are the risks that stress can actually cause the employees. Risks of, this is, by the way, illnesses. Okay, risk of diabetes, immune deficiency disorders, musculoskeletal disorders, including chronic back pain. So if you're suffering from back pain, this is due to stress. Gastrointestinal disorders like IBS and Crohn. These are very, very serious illnesses. Not to mention mental health, anxiety, burnout, depression, substance use and abuse, unhealthy behavior like smoking, alcohol, and also poor dietary patterns. So these are just evidence that you have such a not a good quality of life when you are going through this in your career, right? Naturally, that will spill over on your family life, in your relationship. So how do you actually balance that? One of the way is by alignment. Okay, so what do I mean by alignment? When I say alignment here, I'm actually referring to energetic alignment. Okay. And I come from when I say energetic alignment, naturally, I come from a spiritual spectrum. We do a lot of mind work too. That's one area you can come from. And then you can go deeper into spiritual aspect, where you can get yourself, your energy into a state where you can reduce all these problems, and then also align with the cosmic energy, which will allow you to manifest what you want. Okay, so let me just quickly share with you as something that can explain a bit on the energies. Okay, I'm showing the loop again, like Dakota did. So hold on one second, figure this out.
Hey, Parames. Yeah, so you should have the option to share, either share the entire screen, or either share that window, or share the tab. So if you get the screen up that you want.
Okay, it's not a tab, it's another window. So let me see this.
Are you using two screens or one screen? One or two?
It's just showing one screen. Hold on a second. But it's not showing the other images that I have opened. So,
is that entire screen? Is that?
Hold on a second. No, I actually selected Windows, but it's not showing the other slides that I have open.
All right, the window. Let me just... Okay, can you?
It's not in the tab here. It's outside the.
It's outside of that. Well, do you want to do this? If you do entire screen and then drag what it is that you want, drag your presentation into the screen. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yes. There we go. All right, awesome.
Okay. Great. Okay. So this is a picture that explains the various vibration that we are in, and the one that you want to be achieving in order to align with the cosmic energy is the theta level. And in delta level, so the first one is beta. That's when we are normal, awake and conscious and doing all this, right? And then when you're calm and extremely aware, quietly alert, that's when it's a SMR level, which we are not really used to dealing with a lot. When you're relaxed and calm and not thinking, that's your alpha level. That's also one level you can manifest. But the more stronger level that you can communicate or connect with the universal energy is in your theta level. And then delta level has got a whole different spectrum altogether. Okay. Now, once you are able to go into the theta level, that's when you are connected with the cosmic energy. And therefore, you will be able to align with the purpose. Okay. Now, before I go further into that, I've got another screen that I want to show you. Ray, can you see this?
Yes, we.
I'm hoping you can share.
Yes,
see this.
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can.
So when you can you see this, Ray?
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
Okay, great. So when I say aligning in the theta level, currently, when you're not aligned at the theta level, your potential is here in the yellow circle that says your current realized potential. Okay. And when you work through all your conflicts and limiting belief and everything, you then migrate to your connection with your superconscious level. When you are connected with the subconscious level is when you can actually realize your true potential, which actually is infinite. Okay. But let's not go that far yet. If you see the red circle here, it doesn't even really fit the frame, as you can see, because like someone who's helping you to realize this will not even know what is your potential, and even you may not know your unrealized true potential. So here's one example that I can give you. We all know Tony Robbins, right? Now it is understood with people who are in the spiritual, understanding, the deeper understanding. People like Tony Robbins are people who have actually tapped into the unrealized true potential, because these are the people who can govern 80,000 or 800,000, I'm not sure, at one go during an online presentation. And he, Tony Robbins, like, commands so much of, I think power is not the wrong word to use here, in helping somebody to change their course of life. And we are not talking about hundreds or 200s, thousands and thousands of people over a course of, I think, 40 years now. So the human beings who like him do exist, and that's because they have managed to tap their potential in the other realm, which the red circle. Okay, so when you are able to tap into this realm, you can actually manage your career. Well, when you're tapping at this level, career is no longer that big a deal, actually, right? But if you can even have an awareness of this, then we are looking at you being able to manage your career and your life a lot more easily than you think you are doing right now. So that is the whole goal of this alignment. Okay. Now, how do you get into such alignment? First thing is your energy. How do you manage your energy? And first thing is to understand what are your energy levels at different emotions. Okay, so just to give us a simple example, when you're angry and feeling guilty and shame, that's the lowest level of energy. Okay, when you are in a meditative state, that is the highest level of energy. When you are in love and you are impartial, when you don't judge, you just receive everything without judging, that is in the middle. Okay, so now you know people who are constantly just happy and happy-go-lucky, always in love, like they just love life, love everything. These are the people who are actually capable of manifesting a lot easier. But people who are in constant meditative state, they are the one who can manifest beyond that. And people like Tony Robbins are all people like that. They can manifest large scale of things. Okay. So in order for you to have a balanced life between career and your relationship, the first thing you need to do is, if you are constantly stressed, there's no way you're going to get alignment, right? So eliminating stress will be the first thing to do. But how do you eliminate stress? That's something that I can discuss with you separately. There are ways to eliminate stress with meditation, and you can do therapy, NLP, timeline therapy. All this will help you to reduce those stress. And then with the use of meditation, you can elevate your energy. Once you elevate your energy, then you will find the balance. Okay, so one example, when I elevate the energy, what happens, right? Here's one example that happened to my client. When we worked with him, he had this boss who was nitpicking on him every single day, and he was his boss for the last 10 years. So I told him to do a few things, and I told him the chances are either the boss will move away from his job, or you will move away to a better job. And he bet his last buck with me, saying, no, there's no way my boss is going to leave his job. He's been there for donkey years, right? This happened just a month ago, and his boss actually left, right? And he is, well, my client is not like elated. But what I'm trying to get at is there are ways that your stress will eliminate it by removing the stress factors around in your life, by getting into alignment. That's what what alignment does for you. So if you are in a job that you are so stressed, and you're surrounded by narcissistic people, and unfavorable working condition, this is exactly what you want to consider, getting into alignment and eliminating all these factors so that you can have a beautiful career, a successful career, and a beautiful personal life, especially beautiful relationship with your family and children. Okay. Now, with that, I would like to, Ray, I'd like to provide a joke.
Oh, yes, please. Oh. All right. I'm ready.
Okay. So this is a guy attending an interview, right? So the boss, the guy who's interviewing, asks this guy who came for the interview, so what is your worst quality? And he says, I'm probably too honest. And the boss goes, well, that doesn't sound really bad. I think that's a good thing. I think being honest is a good quality. And the man says, I don't care about what you think.
That is very good. That is very good. I love the way that sits in your niche as well. That's awesome.
Exactly. So when you are aligned, chances are you don't really have to worry too much about what other people think about you, because the energy alignment itself will take you to the success direction easily.
I love that. I love that. PARAMES, amazing. You're always amazing. I love do you know what I was thinking like earlier? I feel like this whole event, that's on, the universe has just given me my own personal self-development event because I'm resonating and I can understand absolutely everything, and it's it's just quality. So yeah, thank you. You got time for some like questions and
Yes, if there's any. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
all right, cool. So I've got a few minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are on board, PARAMES is open for some questions, and I'll kick off. PARAMES, with your clients, what are those common sort of challenges and pain points that you see with people in like leadership?
Sorry, come again.
So with with your niche, so like the execs and leadership, what are those common challenges and pain points that they encounter?
That's amazing, Christian. One of the main problems most of my clients have is having problems with relationships. Actually, they are very stressed at work. That translates in their relationship with their family. So the relationship with their spouse or their children is usually falling apart, and they don't want to lose, and usually when you're climbing the corporate ladder, that's when your children are also forming. That's their formation year. So you come back home with stress, you let it out, that's common, right? You let it out around your families where you really show your frustration and everything, and that's their formation year. So when they become teenagers, it's a constant battle, right? And then that causes a lot of tension onto the spouse relationship also. So these are the people that I work mostly with. They want to repair the relationship with their children and spouse before it's too late. So it's managing. They're usually stressed at work, and also they have at work, the two common problems that I see is insecurity with jobs, and stresses like narcissistic bosses and whatnot, because these are also people who suffer from a lot of illnesses.
Okay, because they've got like trapped emotions and they're keeping them in, and they're not able to express them in a particular way.
Yes, and then the only way they actually show it is to the family by bursting out in anger and whatnot. And that doesn't sit well with the growing children, formation years. We know in NLP, 0 to 7, 7 to 14, these are crucial years. And you're actually depositing all the negative experiences for them, which also affects them in their future, right? So it's like a multiple angle, really. But these are the people who come to me mostly.
Awesome. What was my next question? Oh, yes. Do you have any like challenges, workshops like coming up?
Yes, I want to share this one screen. Hold on 1 second.
Get rid of these graphics.
Can you see this screen, Ray?
I can see it. Yeah. Boom.
Okay,
Ah,
so that's my
yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to contact me, and then on the top right corner, you will see click here to join my free group.
Mhm.
So once you click there, it'll take you to my free group where I talk more about this alignment, awareness, meditation, and whatnot. And then I also have an upcoming 5-day free challenge, 3 basic ways to find alignment in career and life. The date is to be announced, but that will be sometime in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
That is Muzzin. All right. So I know that you. Is this a challenge that I'd be able to jump on, or is it just for
Yes.
sort of like execs, people in corporate? Yeah. So coaches can.
No, the alignment is actually for anybody.
Yeah.
You don't have to be just from corporate sector. You can this alignment you can use for career or life, personal life.
Yeah, because I think I am definitely out of alignment at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's gonna be fire. All right, so we're just waiting on Benny LOKOS. I'll just see if there's any questions. All right, guys, if you are, because we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, LinkedIn. So if you go to Restream.io, you can connect your Facebook up to Restream, and then when you comment, we'll be able to see your pretty or handsome face, and also we'll be able to see like your comments as well. So drop us a question, and the best way is to get hold of you. You said is Facebook.
Yes,
Yeah,
Facebook is
join the
the best.
challenge. And all right, any final words? Anything else that you'd like to? I know you've left us with a dad joke. Do you have like a quote or something empowering?
I do have one. One of my favorite spiritual teachers is Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, and this is what he has shared with us. So two actually. Abundance is not something we acquire. It is something we tune into.
PARAMES. Do you play tennis?
So you tune in. Sorry?
No, after you finish. You finish.
So tune into your alignment and you will experience abundance. That's the first one. The second one is the only limit you have are the limits you believe. I mean, that's a common one, but this is relevant to what I was talking about, your potential. So the only limits you have are the limits you believe. So that's why I had the two circles, one the yellow and the red.
Oh, yeah.
So it's how far your limiting belief go in as far as your true potential is concerned. So believe that you have access to the red circle and you'll get it.
I love that. PARAMES, do you play golf?
That's my favorite sport.
Well, you just hit a hole in one. That.
Oh my God.
I didn't actually expect you to say that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is Ray going to invite me to play golf in Australia?
Well, I play golf, and I'm absolutely useless. So I just want to say a massive, huge thank you to you, and I love whenever we like catch up because you are just a bundle of joy and like happiness and just positivity, and I love that you've got the spiritual element to you and like hang out like with the cause, and you just genuinely like really want to help people. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Dre. And what you are doing is beyond what I'm doing, honestly. So abundance of blessings to you and what you're doing. And this is going to be amazing success. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right, what time is it where you are? What time?
It's 6:30 p.m. I'm good. I'm at a good time.
All right, awesome. All right, well, you have, all right, oh, Benny has joined, so you have just the best evening like ever, and I'll catch you very soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. So welcome. All right. Oh, man, I didn't think it could get better and better and better, but it just does. All right, so I've got an absolute super legend in the house. So I'm just trying to think when I got to know this guy, I think it was NLP. So we've done an NLP prac where I was crewing, and then Benny LOKOS, what a cool name, yeah, came through, and in the chat screen, like his thinking, his experience, and like who he is as a person. You're probably saying, Dre, you say that about everyone, but we've got some really just incredible, phenomenal like people, like coaches, like in here, and it's like the work that they do is amazing. And like Benny's just really switched on. I'm just so excited that he's coming on here. He's going to share. Let's get him out because I'm just talking and rambling. Right, Benny Locos. How are you,
Love it.
legend?
Good. And I gotta. There we are. I was. Hey, how you doing, legend? First, I want to say how grateful I am to be a part of this. And I heard a lot of the speakers earlier, and I resonated with a lot of them in terms of changing limited self beliefs, having more positive, heart open belief, which that's what I'm going to be kind of leading more in that direction. And so all the culmination of different speakers today, ending with the one right before me with PARAMES. I mean, she's amazing with her shares, and so mine is going to be a continuation of that and how to get
perfect. It's the universe looking down on us. All right, I'm not going to take up too much time. I'm going to shoot out. I'll be here. So with the share screen, if you look down the bottom, there's like a TV screen with an arrow pointing up.
I got it. Select a window or screen, right?
Yeah. So so similar to to Zoom.
Got it. So can you share two of them, or is it one at a time?
Oh, I think it's one. Oh, actually, do you want to give it a go to see if you can do it?
Well, I got music here. Let's see.
Yeah, so you can see the. I'm going to get rid of these graphics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see one in the background.
You hear the music?
Let's get. Okay. No, so can you see that there's down the bottom on the left-hand side, it says share computer sound. You see that?
I see private chat. Let me see. Maybe I have to minimize the screen.
Yes. So you know when you clicked on share. So if you go back to share screen.
Right.
Yeah, right at the bottom. So similar to Zoom, there'll be a little box that you'll need to tick on the left-hand side. It will say share system audio.
Share system audio. I see settings. I do not see that. And then I'm looking at the bottom left, right?
Yeah. All right. So when you press the share screen button, what comes up is it says
do it again.
Entire screen, window, Chrome tab, and then it says share system audio. You tick that box and then you press share, so you can share your screen and the system audio at the same time.
It says allow studio stream to see your screen, and then I see that I could pick. So you know what? I'm going to pick the entire screen. Would that be better?
Yeah, and then can you see on the bottom left-hand corner? There's a little tick box that says share system audio.
No, it just says mute website notifications while sharing. I don't see that.
Okay.
All right. Let me click one more. All right. I mean, we'll do without the music if it need be. Or I'm playing a song called "Heart Is Wide Open." Are you to share it for me? Or it says mute website notification. So would it be on that same mini screen where it says Windows or screen, and I click on entire screen?
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, so on that where it says entire screen, window, Chrome tab, and then you select which screen that you want, and then click on the tick box. But if you haven't got it, then I'm not sure what's going on there.
It says allow window screen. Yeah, all right, that's okay. I'll play the music in the back. You could see my music, but it's not playing.
All right, awesome. All right, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Okay.
I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks, Benny. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm grateful. All right, so let's do without the music, and that's what happens in life. So I'm going to share my story, and I'm going to go ahead and share my other part of the presentation. And let me go ahead and share the mini masterclass, and I'm going to just do a little clockwork to make sure I don't run over. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the heart program here. And so let me go ahead and also briefly introduce myself and what I do. So in fact, let me do that first. So in terms of the heart program that I came up with, there was a point in my life where I kind of felt, basically that it was like the bottom. And that was about 5 years ago. I'd been diagnosed years before with a hereditary disease that I was born with that affects 120,000 people. And so I tried everything because it forms kidney stones for life, and it's incurable. And so what I grown to found is I had to work on myself and work inward. And what I came to learn most recently is I had to get rid of fear. So just remember that. We'll come back to that. And how many of you can relate to that when you had a pain that was so painful that it was chronic, that you may have felt, or you may have watched someone else? How many of you know someone that in your life, a loved one, a friend, a significant other that suffers from cancer, or I know that PARAMES before I was mentioning all those other conditions that are brought up by stress. So that's what we're going to be focusing on, is how to get rid of the stress. I'm going to give to you today with a heart meditation that I plan, and we don't need the music for it anyway. So we're going to go ahead, and so that's part of the presentation. And so my program is called the Heart Program. And so where I learned personally myself after 46 years of suffering from a condition called cystinuria, I learned that the medicine that I was taking was just a Band-Aid to help me heal. It didn't help me heal. It just was a Band-Aid, and it helped take away stones, but it led to other negative consequences. And so I'm also going to be sharing with you later magic that kind of happened through, I know PARAMES was sharing also about people that can manifest and what that's like, and totally relate to her wonderful presentation, because, for me, I came to learn that I had to become heart coherent to help solve the problem of my kidney stones, and to basically keep them dissolved, and for me to be able to resolve that problem. And so how many of you can relate to that? You have a problem physically, and have you noticed that when you have something really happy that happened, you have that strong emotion of gratitude and joy or love, that it takes away, kind of takes away the pain. You're not feeling the pain as much. So let me go ahead and go through the slideshow here, and I'm getting confused between the screens. So I gave you a little bit of my background, but just to share a little bit more. So I'm a Reiki master. These are the things that I felt was necessary to learn to help deal with my problem, and try to help other people as well. And I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I've recently got recertified with NLP with this wonderful man, Tony K, and his crew. And so I learned, and one of the things I'm going to be sharing in my program, which we'll talk about towards the end, if any of you are interested, is timeline therapy. So I'm going to say that for the end. And so I have a graduate degree from NYU in clinical psych. And so my mission is to help people discover a 3-step system to dramatically reduce and most likely eliminate pain permanently. Well, now I could say, I've had an update to this. Now I just help people resolve pain. Keep it real simple. And first of all, I want to acknowledge all of you that are watching this broadcast, that I'm grateful to you, and to taking this time to this 30 minutes to witness this masterclass, and appreciate all that you're doing. And just want to let you know that, that we'll do everything we can to make sure this is well worth your time, and kind of condense an hour into 30 minutes, but I'll do my best to do that. All right. So by the end of this masterclass, that's normally an hour, but I'm going to condense it. You're going to learn what a panic interrupt is and how it works, and how to turn positive emotions away from negative emotions, and how to turn down pain and turn up freedom and resolution. So who is this for? If you're a chronic pain sufferer like me, or you just want to help someone that suffers from chronic pain, basically, I'm going to show you the way. Even today, I'm going to give you the gift within the session of the first thing that I do when I had to adjust to pain was to become heart coherent. And then I told you about my story that I was suffering, and then at the turning point 5 years ago. Well, I was born with it. I was suffering 46 years from it, and 5 years ago, I was like, I basically had it. I was like, I had 3 surgeries upcoming. I'd already gone and learned all those skills, worked on myself, worked on becoming a new version of myself, and all that. And but I still had fear in my life, and I didn't know that was a missing ingredient, because, as Louise Hay says, each body part that we have basically can have a trapped emotion associated with it. And that trapped emotion leads towards dis-ease. I know in her case it had to do with a uterus or something like that, and because of trauma with her growing up. For me, the kidneys, I was born with the condition, so it's an ancestral condition. But what I came to learn is a lot about mindset too. You know, how we think and how we feel equals our state of being, right? That equals our state. And, you know, with 11 million bits of information that we get every single day, our unconscious mind deletes, generalizes, cuts, you know, all that stuff down to our conscious mind, which is only 128 bits of information per second. And so what I find intriguing, I mean, what is that, like less than 1%, right? And so we're not even seeing the full story. A lot of our own beliefs that lead to negative emotions are based on limiting beliefs that we grew up with, that we, by the time we're, you know, 5 years old, you know, we had the upbringing with our parents and what they discussed with us, and what the actual, not just our parents, but social norms and what we watch on the programming and TV. And all that is unconscious. 95% of our thoughts are unconscious. And so what happens is then it turns down to, you know, a lot of those convert to negative trapped emotions, which get stuck in the body. They have a movement. They have a way of creating dis-ease in our body. And so for me, even though it happened before I was born, I later learned out it related to fear. So 5 years ago was a turning point. And I'm going to explain exactly how. So 5 years ago, I said I had it. And I had, after the second surgery, I had this colostomy bag, which collects urine on the back of my kidney, because they left, you know, in order for me to leave the hospital, that was the way I could do it. So I went ahead and did that. I was probably leaking, God, over a half a gallon of water out the back of my kidney. And just doing a quick time check here. We're doing great. And so what happened was, in the back of my kidney, my son, who found, at that point, I was shooting eagles. They were talking about manifestations. They're eagles that end up 2 minutes from my house. And it was an amazing, beautiful experience, seeing these divine birds 2 minutes away from where I live. So I always liked photography. And so I got into it, taking wildlife photographs. And that was one of my dreams, to be a professional wildlife photographer. And that's actually subsequently occurred. And what was the turning point, the catalytic moment, if it was, let's say, my movie that I'm talking about, was with my son joining me to take pictures of the eagles, and him falling in love with it, just like I fall in love with, you know, not just him and all his great things, his great, amazing stories and who he is as a person, but him joining me on this adventure and falling in love with these eagles. And so during that time, I didn't think all about the pain, normal, you know, I didn't even enter recuperation. I just came out of the hospital. It sounds a little crazy, but the night before, you know, I had the surgery, I recouped. The next day, I'm out taking pictures, even in the water. And so remembering this day, that feeling I had with my son, the emotion was love, the emotion was joy and gratitude. And all those three emotions in my heart. And what was amazing is we were taking pictures of one of the eagles having a fight with ospreys, the other local bird that came back. And my son looked at my side, in my back, where that bag was. And he goes, "Dad, you're not gonna believe it. It's empty." I'm like, "Really?" And of course, intuitively, my gut was saying, you gotta do what you love to do. When you do what you love to do, when you could be the person who you really are and do what you really love to do, then and share that with other people and do that work, you know, then it's a win-win. I mean, you hit a home run, you know, like that's what Dre would say, you hit a home run, you know. And so for me, this is a home run, you know. It was amazing. And so this is one of the pictures, which, I mean, I waited 2 years for this manifestation, with the eagle would be in front of the full moon. So I went on this journey. And so the next part I want to ask you guys, I'm just quickly looking at the time. How many of you have ever felt in pain and wanted to get out of it, but you didn't know how? And if you can remember, you know, if you can remember what that pain was, write in the chat if you can remember what negative emotion may have gone along with it. All right. So for me, the pain was fear, with kidney stones, of course, resentment, anger, and then all of our thoughts, all of our emotions, right? Well, that we have to do the work inside, like we can't blame the outside for that. And so that's the work that I was missing for me to find out, what's the fear about, what's this about, and that's when I uncovered that and unlocked that. And so it's really important when we can find a strong positive emotion, stronger than the negative emotion which led to the pain, then it's a home run. For me, it was photography, and having my son join me, that was like a miracle. I mean, he thought it was so boring. He said, "I'm never going to do it. That's boring, Dad." And he's there along with me. He even had his own camera. He even shot better than I did, and I love that. That he was enjoying what I love to do. And so the last part, before we conclude, and it looks like I'm standing time still, because hopefully that's the right time. So we're doing great on time. We'll be done by 7. So I mentioned this part. So the next part, which is really important, is I went to retreat, a Dr. Joe advanced workshop. And that's where I learned a lot of really important, cool facts about, I knew about already from Reiki, about an aura in our field. So if you guys hopefully can see this, here is showing the aura, your biofield around your body. And you can see there are a lot of breaks in it. And then on this side, it's really clear that this person did so much work, and the aura went from being really sick and weak energy to really fantastic energy. And then over here, you see this is a GDV capture. It's what the Russian scientists brought to the US to capture your aura field. These are all the chakras in the body. And you can see the third eye chakra is off to outside of the body and small, very small. These should all be the same size, and they should all be between this line and this line. And then you can see real quick, the heart went from being really small as with the third eye and the throat chakra to being really large. And you can see the third eye is right where it should be, and pretty nice, amazing size compared to how small it was here after doing meditation, which I found is essential for healing. And so also when you look at the throat chakra, it's interesting because it's small off to the left, and now it's larger but off to the right. So that meant this person became introspective of what they were talking about, whereas before they were outgoing and talking, but maybe not what was in alignment with their higher self. That's another criteria that's important, that you always got to be doing something that's in alignment with your higher self, because when you do something that's not in alignment with your higher self, that's what leads to disease. All right. And so these are my basically my GDV results. And yes, I was fascinated with beforehand and after. It's pretty close. So this shows asymmetry, meaning the auric field, the biofield around the body was almost 94%. And here it actually went down a little bit after, but 92%. And then the scientist said that on average 20,000 is considered excellent. And so, at one point actually it was close to 96%. And she said mine was like one of the highest energy levels she's seen. Now, the fascinating fact was, even back then, I had all those kidney stones. I didn't know about it yet. So it's what I find fascinating is over here, in terms of, you see these are all showing they're in alignment. She said they just only have to be. So these represent your emotions in your body, how they relate to your auric field, and how they relate to your chakras, which are your energy centers in the body. So you got the root chakra, you got the sacral chakra, which is, food and sex desires. Then you got your solar plexus and so on. And then the heart, all right, which is, we're going to get to a meditation in a couple of minutes. We're going to start that. So it's going to be a quick heart coherence to show you how quickly we can change state. All right. And then the throat chakra. And you see, so these are all in alignment. And so what's funny is after I did the workshop, the advanced workshop, my energy pretty much didn't stay. It stayed the same, but that's because I was already meditating like every day and working on my energy, working at balancing all of the chakras in the body, because I knew that's important, related to, and the kidney stone, the kidneys are related to energy center too. So that's where I put a lot of energy. And wherever you put your energy, that's where energy flows and goes. So lastly, almost lastly, all right, a lot of you may already know about Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiments, but I'm just gonna kind of do a little analogy with it. So this was taken before, all right, before prayer was done. And so there was a lot of work done on this. In fact, I belong to another organization called 1 Million Meditators, where I volunteer time to meditate for Mother Earth or Gaia. And also on Sundays at 12 o'clock, I lead a Merkaba Mudra healing circle. I don't think, it looks like we're not going to have time for doing that, but I'm kind of doing the Merkaba Mudra now. So it's a way of balancing this field that goes around your body. And so getting back to the work of Dr. Emoto, he, after prayer, you could see that it went from incoherent, ugly pattern, kind of looks evilish here, to this pattern, which is sacred geometric pattern. And you could see all the crystals. And so he also took words such as ugly, fear, things like that. And then he took a positive word like love, joy, gratitude, and he froze them. And then when he unfroze them, the ugly words became more like this side, incoherent and ugly, and this side to a beautiful sacred geometric pattern. So what I'd like to do with you now is I'd like to, for us, we're going to tune into our heart center, and I'll lead us through a very quick heart coherence. And before we do, if you can write in the chat, if you could please write in the chat, like what your energy level is now, okay? And how do you feel? Do you feel incoherent? And be honest with yourself, all right? Like if you feel like you're feeling like not yourself, you need to boost up your energy, then write down like from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest energy you have, and 1 being 0 being or 1 being the lowest. What's your energy now? Or for me, it's 10 to 10 because I revved up for this for you guys, and I want to make sure. So I became heart coherent. I cheated a little bit. I did that before this, and so that way I could lead you through it even better. So now let's go ahead and do it. So let's just and also I'm going to try to stop this share for a moment, and then there we go. All right, full screen. So now we're going to do the heart coherence. We don't need the music actually anyway. So I'd like you to imagine, let's call up restorative emotion, emotion, energy, emotion, of joy, the joy of existence. And before I forget, I almost did. If you could put your left hand over your heart and your right hand on top of your left hand, like so, and your thumbs together like this. And so that's going over your thymus gland, and your hands are going over your heart. And so not only that, it feels good, doesn't it? How many of you feel that comfort, right? It feels protected. And if it's okay, I also want to do a brief protection prayer, if that's okay with all of you. So I call on divine to surround around your body and field a 3-foot shield of protection, only aligning what's for your highest good, repelling anything else that's not, back to source without judgment across all time and dimension. And so it is. All right. So I felt, I don't normally do that in live broadcast, but it felt right. For some of you out there might feel that helped a lot. So now this mudra, what's fascinating is I attended one of the Heart Math Institute's beta testing, and they actually on a Saturday morning before COVID, several years before COVID, the woman who's head of global coherence exercises was demonstrating the heart mudra. And I said, wait a minute, that was the download for me. I've been doing that for the last 10 years. And so it kind of gave some validity of what I was believed in, that it was holding the energy of what we're about to do inside our heart center. So with that said now I'd like you to imagine and keep your, if you feel comfortable, if it feels right for you, if you could keep this mudra, please. The meditation's only for 5 minutes or less. So here we go. And for you, the beginning of the breath, you might want to imagine breathing into, we're going to be breathing into our heart center as if our heart is our lungs. So just breathe in. So I'm going to breathe in with you, and then we're going to hold our breath for 6 seconds, and then we're transmitting to the field around our body, or our biofield, or our aura. So now breathing in, breathe in all that joy, all that love, all that gratitude. It's all around you. Breathe that in, and hold it for 6 seconds if you can. And now on that out breath, transmitting all that love, joy, and gratitude to the field around your body, to the room here under your ears room, to the city and state where you live, to the country where you live, and lastly to Mother Earth, to Gaia, because she feels everything is a living being. And she's smiling now, and she transmits back to us 1,000 times stronger all that love, all that joy, and all that gratitude that we are all feeling together now as one. And we breathe that into our heart center now. And hold it for 6 seconds. All that joy, love, and gratitude. And lastly, with this out breath, transmitting to the field all that joy, love, and gratitude 1,000 times stronger to the field around your body, to those that you love, to those that you're grateful for, and to the cause of why we're here in DRE's room for the 2 children and for their conditions. Connecting us all energetically as one heart, one mind, and one living organism. All right, so now, I know that was a lot to swallow. I had a lot more, but we don't have that time for that. So I'd like you to now just write in the chat, what's your energy now? Did it increase? All right. Is it an 8? Is it a 10? So write it down in chat. And hopefully all of you are living a cause versus an effect. And what I mean by that is, are you initiating everything? Are you in alignment with your higher self and doing anything you can to be the newest version of yourself? And if you are, write that in the chat or make a note of that. All right. And Christina's, since 1 a.m. at night, she wrote that she's been that way. So, so lastly, I think I covered everything, but there's no, I didn't. Told you I had a surprise for you, and I almost forgot. About 6 months ago, the insurance company screwed up from a medication I was taking that was kind of like a Band-Aid for the problem that I had. And basically, I wasn't taking it for 6 months because I couldn't get it. And so I went for a sonogram. And the last time I went for a sonogram, hadn't taken the medication for 6 months, I had 2 5-centimeter stones in both kidneys. But this time, the magic happened. Through giving up fear, meditating every day, being true alignment with my higher self, like all those things. And only breathing in every day joy, love, and gratitude in my heart, and growing my heart center, and all that. And then I went for the sonogram, right kidney, no stones, which is yes. I mean, that right there is a miracle. I was so grateful. And then my left kidney, and maybe because my belief wasn't strong enough, like it was for the right, and my left kidney, it was still got smaller. I'm like, yes. And it was like the feeling, exhilarating. And thank you for listening. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Benny, you are an absolute superstar. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, so we need to pop over to the other channel. So we're going to end this session. Just quickly, what's the best way for people to get hold of you?
Okay, well, great question. And again, thanks again, Dre. The best way would be direct message me right here on Facebook. Also, I'll put in the chat later, info at advancedhealingcenter.org is my business, and also I have a close group called The Art of Self-Healing, where I share a lot of the techniques that I learned. So that's a closed group that if you just make a request, and I'll be happy to invite you. But again, the best way is direct messaging.
Brilliant. Benny, thank you so much. You're an absolute superstar. Thank you for coming on. All the value and all the support like with what we are doing. It's been phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be ending this session. If you're watching on my Facebook, then just stick around. A new stream is going to pop up. If you're watching on my LinkedIn, exactly the same thing. Just stick around. It's going to pop up. And also on YouTube, there'll be a new stream. And if you are watching on... The next speaker that is up is Robbie Tools. I believe he's waiting. So I'm going to end this. See you guys in a minute.
All right. Thanks a lot.